not working. Hello everyone. It has been a while, hasn't it? First of all, I'd like to apologize for the weekend. Power ran out. It was 2 days of non-stop rain here where I live, and so there wasn't really much I could do, and well, it was what it was. Constant rain, the power went down, couldn't do the streams. I apologize. Didn't even have tabletop proper this weekend, so it was a bit of a screwed up little weekend. Hello there, Moises, how you doing? So for that, I apologize. But without any further ado, the rain has passed. There's no more clouds in the sky, so we can continue our daily streams as we have done before. And today, it was another recommendation by one of you. That's right, you. Someone recommended to do 18 only with units with negative coin skills, and well, we don't have a lot of them because they're very powerful. And so we're going to be taking a look at them and see what makes it tick. But before any of that, I forgot to give you the usual greeting when we start the stream. Hello and welcome to our daily Limbus company stream, whoever you are, whatever you're watching for, or whenever you're watching the stream. So without any further ado, let's get down with the funny farm. If you do not know what the funny farm means, it's a mental institution for, you know, funny people. In any case, funny farm today, we're only going to use IDs with negative coins. Let's start with the OG classic, which is the one who shall grip Sinclair. Bashir, like middle sister Don Quixote was enrolled for Merciful Eagle and Eagle for Sinclair. Congratulations! Got Merciful Eagle on pool. Very nice. I'm gonna be getting it soon, but I'm saving my money for Walpurgis, which is right around the corner. But in any case, let's take a look at the one who shall grip Sinclair. He is the OG negative coin ID, a little bit mentally unstable. If you equip eagles on him, he will team kill if you allow him to, so we are probably not going to do that. His passive is Mad Flame. He heals less SP from winning a clash or defeating an enemy, and if he has 5 or more surviving units, including this, that are N-Corp fanatics, they deal 10% more damage. So he gives a team-wide buff if he has an N-Corp team. Since we do not have an N-Corp team, we are not going to benefit from this. So we just need to understand that he heals less SP from clash win and defeating an enemy. And it is a true wrap on the passive, very easy to activate. He, as any other N-Corp unit from the Inquisitors, gain Fanatic, which basically gives him a more power by the count of the effect. So every time he hits, he gains a 1 power. One thing that we need to understand about negative coin IDs compared to positive coin IDs is the fact that they roll differently. Let me just adjust the camera because I'm not happy with this loadout here. There we go. What do you mean they roll different? So when you use a positive ID, positive coin ID, we usually go by base number plus coin, and then the second attack plus the next coin, second attack plus the next coin. So their damage escalates from the base and whatever coins they do. So for example, let's take base Sinclair for example to understand that little thing. His skill tree is a 5 base power with plus 3 coin and 3 coins. After we win the clash and we get to hit the enemy, assuming we roll all heads here for we're max sanity, we're rolling all head, the first attack is going to hit as an 8. The second attack is going to hit as a 11, and the third attack is going to hit as a 14. That means you don't do the same damage with every hit. It's going to increase, and then increase again. This is different for negative coin IDs. Not that one. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I don't know. There he is. Negative coin IDs work differently. They have an absurdly high base power, but they have negative coins. That means if you're on high sanity, you're going to lose power instead of gaining power. Assuming we won the clash and we roll all tails on this unit, instead of hitting like the example before where it goes 8, 11, and then 14, I think that was it. This one goes 30, 30, and 30. It remains the same damage throughout all the hits. However, that changes if you roll tails because you get a negative 12, so instead of the damage escalating, it de-escalates as the combo goes on. That is all that we need to understand. It's pretty much the same, but this one is gonna hit hard from the same hit, and the more clashes we lose, the less coins we have, the more likely we are to win the clash, even at high sanity, with a negative sanity ID, because again, they have very high base power. That means let's say we are at 0 sanity, we're rolling 50-50s for the coins here. We clash. 2 of our coins roll tails and 1 roll heads. That means we lost 12 power, we got dropped down to 18, and then we lost the clash. Lost the first coin. 1 coin is destroyed, we roll again, and now we have 2 coins. We rolled 1 head, 1 tail, same as before. We dropped to an 18, we lost 8 coin, and now we're clashing against the enemy, final coin. We only now have a 50-50 chance of hitting 30, or, you know, the number before. So the more clashes we lose, the more likely we are going to win then, unlike the positive coin IDs, which lose power for every coin that is destroyed. This one just gains more power. Well, not gains more power, it loses the chance to lose power as the coins are destroyed. And another thing that we must remember, it's a minor damage modifier, but the longer a clash goes on, like especially if you're tying, the more damage the winner does. It's a little bit of extra damage, but worth taking note of. So, N-Corp here has Fanatic, gives an additional final power. Final power? Final power. So this can become a 9, this can become a 17, and this can become a 31. Fanatic just deals more damage, he inflicts burn, he inflicts bleed, he's a good boy, the OG insane Funny Farm member here. Moving on to Potential Man. Potential Man is, well, he is Potential Man. Compared to the AD that we just looked, this one has a 16 and 18, which is, again, these units do not have coin escalation. They only get the base power. As we recall, skill 1s usually roll a 11, assuming hit all tails, all heads, right? This one only hits a 6. What the hell? Did I get the I need to stop. I need to mute my phone when I'm... 1 second, please. This is actually important. Okay. I already removed this student, whatever. Let me mute my phone. Anyway, as we have seen before, for all the other IDs that we have studied, skill 1s usually roll a 11. Our Potential Man here can only roll a 6. He can only roll a 6 with his skill 1. Sure, it's a skill 1, it's kind of pathetic, it's a skill 1, blah blah blah. But then you move on to skill 2, which is the baseline, as we have seen from other IDs, at least recent ones, and some of the older ones as well, have a 16 base power. Well, 16 full power, to all coins base power. This one only has a 10 base power. Sure, it gains final power when we are low SP. It can get up to 5 power, rolling to a 15, but it's still not enough power. It's simply not enough power. Look at this cat. Love this cat. You are so needy today. What's up with you? What's up with you, huh? You are so needy. Love you. Go on now. Anyway, Potential Man is really bad. It's not just a matter of a funny gimmick or anything like that. He's just really, really bad in the numbers thing. And then we have Spread Out, which is Rose and 18, has no escalation whatsoever. It does inflict Paralyze, which is very nice, but it has to be a Tails. And unlike the OG negative coin ID that we have seen, he does not recover less SP from flashes and etc. So he's just really, really bad. The way you're supposed to use him is incredibly simple. You're supposed to use his guard, his counter, so he can gain sinking and attack the enemy as well. He's supposed to be like a kind of a tank, but he's not that good at tanking. So you're supposed to use your counter, hit the enemy, you gain sinking on your counter, so that's gonna lower your sanity. It inflicts paralyze on the enemy, inflicts good rupture, good sinking potency, and then once you got plenty of paralyze, you use your actual skills. That's how it's supposed to be used. It's kind of garbage, to be honest, but sorry, Potential Man, you will be forever Potential Man. Moving on, let's see here. I've actually maxed out my video AD on Renee. Direction Squad building for both plus and minus content IDs for the event. The bet it doesn't exist anymore. Pretty much, there was a lot of stuff that we lost with the collaboration event that is unfortunately never coming back unless they decide to come back. Let's move on to something a little bit more chewy, shall we? Don Quixote. Don Quixote is both a positive coin and a negative coin. He is both rupture and sinking. But how do we make Dawn go evil? We have already used her before, we already discussed her before. The thing is simple. Every time she uses her big skill tree, she will gain something called Magical Arcana. There we go. At 3 Magical Arcana, she will change her SP to -25. Once she's at, 3 Magical Arcana for either doing a, 4 Resonance of Envy or using her skill tree 3 times, she will go evil mode, as I like to call it. She goes into her negative coin state. Once she's on her negative coin state, she's gonna start accumulating Hysteria. Hysteria gives her nothing. It does nothing. She just gains stacks of Hysteria. But at 3 stacks of Hysteria, I believe, maximum 3 stacks, she gains Clash Power and she gains her sanity back. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. The cat's being needy, I'm sorry. She was sick for a while. She was very sick, but now she's all cute and fluffy, and I love her, and you're cute. I put her in my lap here. So, if you consume Hysteria, you will gain your sanity back, which is nice. So if the unit isn't at -45 SP, and is at less than 0 SP, heals 10 SP, you more SP the further you use SP from value, from 0 SP healed, etc, etc. You don't actually need the Hysteria to recover your SP, it's just that this is the stronger attack version of the attack, 3 coins of 20, that's pretty damn good, with a lot of, damage modifiers. So if you put Dawn in evil mode by, again, accumulating 3 Magical Arcanas, and you don't use her skill tree, she will remain insane in the brain. Same thing here for Rodion. Rodion is also a positive and a negative skill ID. When she is on her positive skill mode, that is positive sanity, she is a tank, still capable of doing pretty good damage, but tankier. Every time she uses her defense skill, she will get a sword stabbed on herself that will drain her sanity. When she's on negative sanity, she becomes a DPS. She becomes a damage dealer, which is very nice. Her gimmick is that once she has 3 swords stuck on her, the next attack that you use, her base attack, will have a coin reuse at the end. Obviously, you want to save that coin reuse, her skill tree, because it's a 20 base power skill, so that's a pretty powerful reuse. She also gets a clashable counter when she's on her damage mode, which rolls pretty decent. That's basically a skill 1 with 2 coins. And it has extra final power based on the swords on her, and other stuff that makes her good, and it's unbreakable on top of that. So she's one of the easiest ones to maintain in a low sanity state, because the swords will keep draining her SP, and if you are on negative sanity mode, you will just lose sanity really quickly. Now, like I said, we want to keep these guys at low sanity, but not too much low sanity. Dawn and Rodion have a protection for going too low from their own skill. Sinclair and Potential Men do not. That's why we're not going to equip Egos on them. But we are going to equip Ego on Dawn, yes. I think it's necessary. It is the ID exclusive Ego, so we're going to equip it. Now let's build a thing around our negative SP boys. Let me just a second, because the cat is so needy. This cat is so cute. I'm gonna put her on camera. Look at her. You are adorable, but I can't have you on my lap right now. You know that? You know that I love you? Oh, Go. Hello there, Erking. How are you doing? Today we are using your potential guy, Potential Man himself. Anyway, let's begin building our team here with Iseng. Iseng has a lot of IDs that provide a very good amount of sanity heal. Unfortunately, we don't need that. I am tempted to use Lobotomy Ego Solemn Lament for the butterfly, but the butterfly will, give sanity back on hit, so we can't use that. We can't use the Ring Pointless because they're gonna heal sanity, and we don't want that either. We could use the base Sinner Yiseng to keep the sanity of Sinclair high so he doesn't flip the fuck out and kills everyone. But since we're not equipping Ego on Sinclair, it's not going to happen. Our team mostly deals with sinking. Dawn on negative coin becomes sinking, Rodion is sinking, this one's sinking, and this one's burn and bleed. So we are going to focus something on sinking here. The good option would be Lobotomy Ego Soul Lament, but we really don't have that right now because of the butterflies, so our options are a little limited in these cascades here. I am thinking about equipping branch pack just for the strange healing, but we don't really have a good choice here. I guess we could do the rupture one. We do have someone that inflicts rupture, and W Corp E thing does rupture. Is it rupture? Has a shot that deals more damage against target that have rupture. Yeah, it does give a little synergy between Dawn and Heathcliff, which is very nice. We'll leave base Faust over here as base Faust, because base Faust is very good for the offense level down. We do have this one, but it's heal SP on hit, and you don't want to heal SP, so keep that there. Ryoshu does not have a very good thinking support for Arcane. We do have a Tremor sinking kind of thing with Lobotomy, Ego, Aroma, Painted Aroma, Solitude. Who else could we use here? Yeah, I can't. She's so needy today. She's so needy. You are so needy. Did you know that? No. This is Poise. This is the interesting Tremor sinking thing. Poise Shield, Bleed Tremor, Haste, I believe. Haste. Yeah, Haste. Fastest ally against haste. This is charge. Charge count. This is bullet. This is fire. This is poise. This is bleed. This is rupture, and this is healing. I'm gonna keep with this one. We don't have enough green in our team to properly trigger base Ryoshu's passive, so we're gonna go with this one. As for Merksod, for sinking, we're going to use the Ring Fulvis. Although it's not technically sinking, it is going to give us defense level down. So defense level down is more damage. Gambler Honglu, it's a given, or really. For Ishmael, we take the Family Butler for more damage. Otis, we take we can take base Otis actually, because we have a lot of sinking, so that's 30% extra damage. In general, and Gregor, you already know what it is. It's G-Corp Gregor. And that's the thing I'm gonna take for the funny farm. So let's review the effects that we are applying to our sinners. We have extra damage against charge. Ally with charge deals more damage against enemy with rupture, which we have from Hin. We have Faust giving us defense level down. Heisho Pack, Malbranch, Ryoshu giving us haste. Defense level down from Ring Fulvis, more damage from Honglu, more damage from Ishmael, more damage from Otis, and healing from Gregor. Ring Fulvis has the best support passive for bleeding infliction. Yeah, it's pretty good, but we're not bleed today. It's very good. When hit, allies that equip defense skill for their slots, this turn inflict 4 bleed on the attacker. You don't return. The attacker has a 3 bleed, inflicts 2 bleed count instead. You know what? You make a fair point, Moises. I was going to take base Faust for the chance of offense level down, but we have a ally that is going to be using defense skills a lot. So this is just free bleed for us. I think you should take that. I think it's a good idea. Let's get down on the funny farm. And reminder, so before we begin, it's been 2 days, so not everyone must be up to date. Rules of the dungeon. We do not use Grace of the Stars here. We are not going to take any starting Eagle gift. We're not going to search for any gift. We are not going to be healing on shops. And we are also not going to be reviving. Since we don't have no way to manually prevent a revive between moving from floors, if a sinner dies, we are no longer using that sinner for the remainder of the Mirror Dungeon run. If we're doing a solo run, that solo fighter can retry a fight up to 3 times. If the selected team dies, well, it's gone, it's over, the dungeon over. We are also not going to be using Starlight in any way, shape, or form. That means we cannot reroll any packs that we get. We cannot use wishmaking for fusion. We cannot use Starlight in any way, shape, or form. That is the rules of the dungeon. We're aiming to go up to floor 5. Other than that, that is it. Let's get down and dirty with it. Oh man. Refuse a gift. Cat, you are being so needy. Tomorrow, by the way, I'm going to do the review of the Chunoken here. Probably a solo. Not following the rules of the dungeon, but a solo nonetheless. We have 4 characters. We are mostly focused on sinking, so it makes sense that we go for the Outcast. It's an easy pack, and it has 2 good sinking gifts. Although Echoes of the Manor is right here, but that means we have to go through Dregs of the Manor, which is a difficult pack because it has butlers in it, lots of it. So we're gonna go for the Outcast. Right, let's begin. We're gonna be deploying Dawn first, followed by Rodion. I'm gonna deploy Potential Man first. Dawn, Rodion, and Claire. There we go. Boy, oh boy. Now that we're done doing our team building and our ID study, let me tell you about these weekend. Man, this was a shit weekend. That was a really bad weekend for me. For starters, I live in a house that does not have the best installation, so to speak. It does, it doesn't, what's it called? Fuck, I forgot the word I was going for now. Fuck, my head. Right, there's a lot of, infiltration, and it has been raining for 2 days straight, non-stop. And so there's a lot of water entering through the cracks in the roof and all that. So the house is completely humid. It is gross. Everything is covered in this, you know, it's just filthy. It's just filthy right now. So it was not having the best of times here. There you go. Dawn is evil. It's not having the best of times right now. And to top it all off, the energy was constantly coming in and out. I couldn't use my computer properly. That's why I couldn't do the streams over the weekend. I wanted to do a Mirror Dungeon Extreme over the weekend. I wanted to stream tabletop, which unfortunately did not happen. I wanted to do a lot of things, and the rain just kind of fucked it up. I hate rain. I absolutely despise rain. Hate it. But, go, give her a Magical Arcana. To top it all off, at the start of Saturday, one of my dogs is pregnant, or was pregnant, let's say. She was pregnant and she decided to give birth. And like I said, it was raining really, really heavily. And my mother goes down, keep food for the dogs and cats. On Saturday, I went to sleep really, really late from Friday because it is, you know, it's a Friday. I get to enjoy my... I play video games until very late into the night. Very late into the night, sorry. And yeah, I would go to sleep like 5 in the morning. I wake up and my mother went down to get food to the dogs and the cats because I was sleeping and all that. And then we smell blood, lots of blood. And then the dog comes upstairs bringing a little doggy. And the doggy was crying its lungs out. It's freshly born puppy and gonna cry a lot. Well, she decided to take, you know, shelter under the bed, and we decided, okay, all right, you have a good time there. You enjoy having your pups under my mother's bed. Problem is, it was a single dog and it was very, very annoying. So it was making a lot of noise. So I decided to get up with like 3 hours of sleep to see to the doggy why it was crying so much. See that the dog was under the bed. Under the bed, there's nothing warm for her, so she's just lying there with the little doggy. And me and my mother thought was, oh, okay, she's, you know, she's still giving birth to the small doggy, so no problem. We'll just leave her there until she's done, and then we'll get like a cover, something somewhere safe for her to be, and all that stuff, you know. Well, turns out she wasn't. She was done already. She already gave birth to all of them. But the problem is that she gave birth to them on the rain, on the outside of the house. So when I went downstairs after like maybe 2 hours of hearing the doggy cry, and decided, okay, you gotta take care of this because the doggy is crying non-stop. I go outside to grab the cover to make a nice warm little place for them. And I hear a lot of doggies crying, and I go, fuck, there is more of them? I go outside and look around, I don't find them. I start following the sounds, and reminder, it's raining heavily during all this time. And you know, I find them hidden under a bush near my house here, and they were in a puddle of mud. She just gave birth to them under that bush. She left them there, ran inside the house, dripping blood and goo everywhere, and then went upstairs with the last one, and it was just gross and horrible. It was, but we took care of it. I managed to grab the little doggy. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen. The little doggy was shivering in cold because he was, you know, in the puddle of mud during the rain, and he was a newborn baby. I thought it was the saddest thing ever, but we managed to get him together, put in aside a nice box for her to, you know, to recover, and now they're good. But man, that was annoying as hell. And this is again heavy, constant rain, heavy, constant rain. The infiltration of the house, making water drip all the time. It was not the greatest. Well, I don't even remember. It was a rough weekend for me. It was a very rough weekend for me. Hello there, VG Glow. Hello, old Pep Meme. How are you doing? In any case, I am not paying much attention to this team, and we are already losing a lot of health. It's kind of hard to keep going on a low sanity here. I'll tell you what. If I can make that happen. I'm trying to play Potential Man's ability of, you know, having a counter to give him paralysis, but it's really not good. It is not a good ID. We gotta get Dawn to like negative SP again and keep her there. Yes, I hate the rain. I mentioned that several times on the stream already, and I will mention it 1,000 more if I have to. I absolutely despise rain. My house is not built for rain. I had a lot of negative experiences with rain when going to college, when going to work, etc., etc. I just dislike rain in general. Jesus Christ, this is a sad ID, man. Jesus Christ. Bots on Twitch are sending me news for like, hey, buy some AI viewers, and I deleted it instantly, and another one shows up and immediately tries to tell me another AI viewers and bot. God damn it. Any case, Funny Farm, Limbus. We got confirmation of the next Reflect trial. Oh, speaking of Reflect trial, I managed to be Reflect trial so almost completely fine because I found out the hard way that Rodent has an ego that just crashes the game. Interesting. I never had an ego crash the game for me. But anyway, we got information on the next Reflect trial. It's going to be a good one, I can tell, because that boss fight was fun. We'll see how it goes when it comes out. Ah, you play on mobile, that's right. Sorry. Just a rough weekend altogether. Sorry, I'm complaining about it. I'm gonna complain about it. I should have equipped Eagles on... I did a mistake with this team, is that here's one news for Potential Man here. Potential Man is a horrible ID, but he somehow gets a lot of sanity when he wing clashes. I don't know why. He's a very good ID for spamming egos because you want him to be on low sanity, but he doesn't lose sanity fast enough. How do we treat mobile games in the stream? We just don't care, man. I don't really much care. I don't understand. I understand if you have to play on mobile because you don't have another platform to play in, but otherwise I don't really much care. I just don't understand, like, if you have the option to play on PC, you should play it, but if you don't, I understand. Good scratch on my back. Alright, Potential Man is about to die, and I don't think we can redirect that. We could redirected that, he's fine. Potential Man gets to live through another stage. Yo! Dawn still on too high a sanity. Come on, Dawn. I need you to become mentally unstable again. I'm gonna try to do my best to make him survive because we need the attack slots, but I don't. He's at 5 HP. It's just such a bad idea, man. He had his moment when we were fighting King on his Kanto, which was almost okay, but right now it's just bad. Magical Arcana, and she's gonna win another Magical Arcana with her skill tree. We just gotta keep in mind for Dawn to be on... not to use her skill tree when she is on evil mode. There we go, she just lost 70% sanity. That's beautiful. Right. No healing equals, no healing nothing. Got prejudice, good. We got some healing on a pride resonance now. We can actually make this. No rupture gifts, no sinking gifts. Do we have pierce? Flash power yeah, this is good only for potential, man. So let's give him a little treat, shall we? Alright, let's see if he survives the boss fight. If he dies, we leave him behind. It's actually better because we gain more slots. It's these little fellas. Got it. We got some healing now. I tried to complete the new travel with my own phone. It's still stuck on the last stage because it keep crashing midway through. I apologize. My condolences, my brother. Alright, go lose your sanity, you little German freak. What? You're too slow? What do you mean you're too slow? That's clash property. Hopeless. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. What type of damage that is? Flash? You are fatal against Slash. That is bad. Dawn is tweaking the fuck out over there. I see. And power counter. Here we go. Right, well, now that Dawn is properly evil, we want to keep her in that manic state. You were such a bad idea, brother. Right, we got our skill tree. We're gonna save that, get another sword. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Good enough. I wonder if these guys will be able to kill the Doomsday Counter before he does its nuke attack. I never had that attack go off, not even by curiosity. It is angry. 2 swords. Can't use your skill tree. Sorry, Dawn, but you are forbidden from using your skill tree while for the rest of the dungeon. All right, here we go. It is so bad, man. And he still wins clashes somehow. It's a negative ID, so I get it that he's supposed to like lose clashes and lower his death speed because he self-applies sinking. For Clay Doll, I don't have the health to heal anyone. Oh boy, there he goes. I knew this was a mistake. I knew this was a mistake. Get ready for the full team wipe, courtesy of Dawn. I knew it was a mistake. I knew it. Is there something about her kit that I didn't read about using her defense skill will cause her to lose the speed? Let's see. Let's reverse transformation reverse. Base attack skills. Okay. Defense. Gain 1 hysteria max strength. And I think there was something I'm missing about using her skill that makes her lose the speed, the defense skill, but here comes the team wipe. Let's see how many will die on this, if this is gonna be a quick string or not. A Dawn solo run. It's looking like it. Yep, we lost 2 sinners, I think. We're about to lose the 3rd one. This is gonna be a Dawn solo run. Lovely. Well, there's only one magical girl, right? Now, we are in dire straits here. We are in dire straits. We can't retry. Remember, rules of the dungeon. So, we are, quite frankly, screwed. There is nothing we can do other than try and survive. And turn it into an impromptu solo run. There we go, there's a stagger. And now there's the kill. This was a quick dungeon, huh? We might have to review our choices here. I do sense a dangerous glow. It's the glow that we have to kill this thing really, really quickly. Alright, Dawn goes over first floor, survived by a single pip of damage. No, you wouldn't survive, buddy. We're not fighting abnormalities from Limbus, or Library, or LobCorp in our tabletop. Well, there isn't much to do now. It is a Dawn solo now. She has conveniently removed everyone from her team, and now it is a solo. Let's see. Emotional flood. Okay, this to gloom. Hell's chicken. Hell's chicken is good, but it's still a solo run, so it's gonna be difficult. And the gifts we don't really use. The unloving. Unloving is quite easy, I think. Even it's Baba Yaga fight, so... The problem is that we don't have any way to heal, and this is not exactly a tanky ID, so we're gonna be very careful. Ooh. Let's go Emotional Flood. Right, again, rules of the dungeon, we cannot revive anyone, and since this was not originally a solo run, she does not get to retry fights either. So we are going to have to be very, very carefully, or this is going to be an exceptionally short stream. Again, through no fault of my own, other than I fucked up something about it, because I'm not used to using negative. A full team of negative coin IDs is kind of difficult to manage, because, you know, they are going to be flipping their shit all the time. Right now we're in positive, so... What are you weak to? Slash. These guys deal pierce and 1 slash. You are resistant against pierce, but there are 2 slash attacks coming. We can take care of one of the attacks and pray you don't get staggered. We don't have extra slots, and so we're just gonna have to be careful and pray for RNG. And stagger. There's another attack coming in. That is 12, and that is 12. Ah, Lahano attack. Plunge in. There we go. Told you it was going to be an exceptionally short dungeon. We're going to try again, but we're going to go from the start. We fucked up. We screwed up, so we're going to start again. So, dungeon forfeited. This was a failure. Claim rewards. No, there's nothing to be claimed here. We're going to start from 0 and see where we screwed up. Everything was going fine up until Dawn decided to flip out and nuke the entire team. That's what I'm saying. The problem is there's something here that I missed about her kit, because I'm fairly sure using a defense skill did not make her lose sanity. It doesn't say anything. It gains base power for every hysteria. It gains love and hate count 2 times per turn. Let's see. Back here. Summary, skills, passives. Gain love and hate. Gains the hysteria. There's the new S-Corp Honglu, yes. At 0 or higher, gains character with magical grow, loses regress, transformation reverse. It's just telling which she's positive ID or negative point. This cannot the speed loss effect from this unit's base attack skills. Use 2% damage for every love and hate, gains 1 magical arcana or resonance. Negative skills loses SP, loses SP, and loses... Oh, this one recovers the SP, but loses 10. And the defense has nothing. I don't get it. Why did she corrode? Did she had sinking or something? I don't get it. What made her corrode? Well, now we know our mistakes. Let's equip some ego on this boy here so that he can spam the ever-living shit out of it and essentially become useful somehow. So yeah, like Moises said, there is another S-Corp. There's the S-Corp Shinokun, which should be here. He doesn't use a whip. He's more like he has a big cleaver, but he uses a, he throws a rope and grabs people with it. He's coming. His review is gonna come tomorrow. For now, let's try the negative team again. Hopefully this time with less friendly fire and more kicking of ass. Again, no gifts, no nothing. Refuse the gift. What the fuck are you? What do you mean is a reference to young? What? Let's go to Automatic Factory, because this here is gonna make Potential Man quite powerful. He gives him protection since he has to spam his defense skills, and it gives him thinking so he can lose sanity even faster. Hello, cat. What's up? You are cute. You are so cute. Here we go. Same as before. Let's try this again, but a little better. We're gonna deploy Potential Man as second and German Boy as fourth. You are so cute, little kitty. Here we go, here we go. We start with our defensive skills. Let me just check. If she clashes, is she going to get her... sanity lost. Boink. It just hits her. Maybe I had a gift I didn't pay attention to? I don't think I had. Okay, she did lose some SP. I don't know how. Is using the defense skills actually lowering her SP? Hold on, I think I know. Something I never pay attention to. At 0 higher SP, increases it after winning a clash based on the clash count. Base value is 10, raised by 10% clash at third. Raised by 10 after defeating the enemy, by 5. Decreases after losing a clash based on the clash count. Oh my, she loses sanity on clash lose. Most allies don't do that. So she lost the clash with her defense skill, she loses sanity. That's why she flipped the fuck out. Because this is not affected by her base skills. We have a passive here that says that you cannot drop below 40 XP by the effect of her skills. This is not a base skill, this is a sanity thing. Interesting. Isn't it interesting, kitty? It is very interesting. Oh, you are adorable. Love you, kitty. But I'm streaming right now. Could you go sit over there? You didn't like that, did you? Alright, so now we understand why Dawn flipped the fuck out and nuked the entire team last turn. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Right, Potential Man. Let's keep track of him. Potential Man, he gains sinking when he uses his counter, which is again so he can get hit and lose sanity. And he seems to be, he gets happy a little too easily, he gains sanity a little too quickly. He is very good for spamming egos, and he's very good at one-sided attacks so he doesn't gain any sanity. He's just too gimmicky of a ID to be good, man. I guess I'm just gonna be the ego spammer, and that's it, once we gain some sanity. The only problem is that he has a counter, not an evade or something, so he has to get hit, which, again, we don't have healing starting off, so it's kind of bad. Again, he killed with a counter, he got his sanity back. He got paralysis to make sure he gets the negative coins working, but still, it's very too much gimmick. What's the game lagging so much? Alright, Herodion got through swords. Don't really need to use the third one. Dawn, go do your thing, and you go do your thing. Once we get the shoes, it's gonna be easier to keep his sanity down. We just gotta remember, if he got his sanity up, we just can spam an overclocked ego, and you know, he becomes our ego artillery. Why is the game lagging so much? I don't have anything open, do I? No. Alright, that's it for this turn. Doing a lot better now that we understand why Dawn pimped the fuck out. Rodion is remarkably a lot more stable, considering that she's older than Dawn. Well, technically Dawn is older than Rodion, but Rodion is more mature than Dawn, in the case of this unit. Again, can't use Dawn's skill tree, so she maintains her funny mode. Evil! Oh, she's at 0 SP. Interesting. Alright, same deal here for everybody. Start with your defense skills, and actually, you are doing a little too well. Go for AD so we can heal. Dawn is about 200 years old. Love your cat, but why are you so needy? Why are you so needy, my little cat? You're lovely. You're lovely. Did you know that? One of the egos that make Potential Man kind of usable is AD, because he gets healed on hit now. The problem is you're gonna have activated every turn. every turn, every combat. So you gain the ability to heal getting hit, so you can spam counters. No. Right, Dawn still not on the evil mode. I don't know how she recovered, but that has to stop right now, Dawn. You are going to become evil again. So I'm gonna squeeze and squeeze this cat and kiss her during the entire stream. I don't know why you're so needy. I don't know what's up with you, but you are a cute little kitten. Yeah. Go rest. Go rest somewhere else that isn't here, please. Alright, let's kill these guys. So it has been in the return edition, stuck in some time the rest of the vampire secret. Why don't you go ahead and play her Kanto, huh? I'm not gonna spoon feed you. You go play the damn game. We didn't get to use Ego for Heathcliff, though. He's happy now. He's happy. Cat, gonna squeeze you. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got single coin pride offense level up. Very good. And we got either a rupture or a pierce. I'll go with a pierce one. If anyone can pass the test, that is. We have normal. Yeah, let's go with you. Close. And here we go. We are mostly a sinking team, so we're gonna take this, of course. Crown of Roses would give rupture to every enemy, and that would give Dawn an advantage against him because of Heeseng's passive. But I don't think we have Heeseng's passive activated just yet. So it is. We have no healing egos. UPS system mode. That would be great, actually. And we don't have the money for it. Damn it. Oh well. We move on to the boss of the first floor, which seems to be the same as before. Not sure. It's Hurtley. Hello, Hurtley. I love Hurtley. Hurtley is the best goalkeeper ever. So why don't you start with your ego, AD, and get that passive flowing. You start with your counter, just so you can gain your stuff. And Dawn needs to become evil. So that means we need to spam her skill tree or get a 4 envy resonance going on. 4? Yeah, 4 envy resonance. German Boy is the only unit here that has a passive that uses the bonus damage against this boss. It's a little bit of bonus damage, but it's the only application of it, aside from fighting, I guess, Sasha and the prosthetic Victors from W Corp, Murder on the Warp Express. Very good. 1, 2, 3. We need more. We need so much more. Hit me. Come on, hit me now. I'm right here. Hit me. Go, Dawn. Go, little German boy. I'm not gonna apologize for being rude about telling you to go play the game, especially you, Vigiglow. But I'm not here to feed tertiaries. I'm sorry. You want to talk? Go play the game. It's not that long. It's a fun time. Just go and play it. Enjoy the story. Hello, cat. Hello. What's up with you, cat? Right. Don't need her damn thing. Then before ever secondary, my friend. Sure. If it was an idle game, he would. No one would be complaining about difficult bosses on the forums all the time. Have you ever played Tikuniku? I have not, but one of my friends showed me a video of it. It was a very cute, charming game, but not my style. Sorry. Again, very cute and very charming. I don't want to say this is like something negative, but it would be like if I had a child, that would be one of the games that would, you know, get it started on playing because it's very charming. But it's not my style. I didn't hear they announced Pikuniku 2, I think. Again, I'm gonna be playing more games on the channel very, very soon. Again, we just need to finish our 90 daily streams for, you know, the thing, or finish Crime and Punishment, whichever comes first. Then we're gonna reduce our streams to Limbus Company to events and to weekly Extreme Mirror Dungeons. And then we are going to be looking at LobCorp, we're going to be looking at Library of Ruina, and then other games in general. You know, something to add some variety to the channel, instead of pigeonholing myself into the Limbus corner, as I have been, because it's something I have lots of time and a lot to talk about. So, expect more games in the future, assuming I can run and stream them at the same time, which is a recurring problem. Alright, here we go. Again, the minus coin team here is very automatic again, especially for Dawn. But it's just a matter of pay attention so they don't flip the fuck out like it happened before. And otherwise, you're good to go. Go. With love, cute. Cute dawn noises. I love this idea. Alright, let's get inside that factory. Investigate the factory. Come on. Dawn, how are you in terms of getting evil? You have a 4 resonance. Time to get evil. Please go evil. Hurry with sword. We have one more, so let's get that sword in you. And he has corroded. Now, I didn't equip ego on him, so it's not going to do anything. No, I don't love the city. No, I don't love the city. No. Alright, here we go. Here we go. It's evil mode. We want to maintain that in her evil mode as long as we can, because there is that negative ID. And here, look at that. We got a coin reuse here. Very nice. Well, he's probably going to die before the coin reuse even gets anywhere close to being reused, but it's still nice. Very nice. Floor 1 completed with no team killing incidents this time around from Dawn. Very nice. It's been an hour. We have to hurry up. I don't want to do like a super 3-hour stream from these IDs. I'm not deriving a lot of joy from playing this team, I will be entirely honest. But it is a team. It has been recommended by one of you, and so we are going to use it. For floor 2, let's see what we got. We got Camilla, Painkillers. We're going to go for Camilla Painkillers. Camilla is very good for unfocused encounters, and Painkiller is good for a team that does not have any way to heal as of yet. We got Money, assuming one of these Choco Pucks can actually pass the test. Yes, you can. Go, Rhodia. Go get us some money.
봤지? 난 믿어줘.
And let's go here.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Nope, here we go. Dawn is on her evil mode. Let's get it done. Hit me. Almost a clean kill from the German boy. Oh, had to Locke's ego and we still don't have any Valencia Rodion. Losing the hell out of those IDs that I don't know why, man. I really don't know why they're teasing us with the hell out of those IDs. It's not like we didn't get already super overpowered nurse founders, so why are they dragging their feet to get those ones? Stab! Was your sanity not low enough? How's your swords? One sword impaled. Everyone's pretty much staggered, so let's just keep it simple. Is any counter coming your way? Yes, there are. So counter away, potential man. We haven't activated AED yet, so he's taking damage, but he has pretty high protection. Why does he have pretty high protection? Does his counter apply protection himself? I don't remember now. I barely use his IDs for obvious reasons, so I don't remember everything he does. At third combat phase, one sinking counter to the current amount of sinking. For being hit by an attack, gain protection equal to the sinking. Ah, so the shoes are protecting him. The shoes are giving him some really crazy protection right now. That's very nice. Don't be a dumb bro, they found dead in the Bronx. Like, it's funny because usually they leave the capstone ID to be the last one to be deployed, to be released, but this time around they just decided to release the capstone ID before the other IDs are for the season, which is the Nurse Fathers and the Apprentices. But no, with a little help of an ego gift, he's actually doing a little better. He has lots of protection when he activates his passive. That's not good, but better. Okay-ish. Still better options to use, but I don't know. I keep trying to justify potential man. Cat, not your back. The cat is back. The cat has returned. The cat is back. Hello, cat. Right. Pop AD for your sanity, pop a clashable counter, and here we go. The cat has returned. Did you know that I love you, cat? Did you know that you're very annoying sometimes, though? I'm gonna put you somewhere warm that is in my lap. Don't look at me with that face. You wanted to be here. You wanted me to pet you. Not gonna pet you. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Alright, let's see the sanity of these potential people here. No counters coming your way. Yes, there are. Activate that counter. Get hit. Get hit on. A lot. Don't use your skill tree on. You need to be on negative to maintain the team's gimmick. Some of his hit clips still out there somewhere. The hopes are there. The hopes are high. No, enough, cat. Go away. Go away. No. I already pet you for a lifetime today, okay? You are very cute, but you're gonna go lay down somewhere else right now. Okay? It's been like this all day. You've been here all day. Why? What's up with you? What happened? Sorry, the cat is very distracting right now. Very distracting. No. No. I said no, okay? Don't bite me. You mean little kitty, don't bite me because I don't want to put you in my lap. I don't have a lot of lap space, you know? I'm fat, I'm white, but I don't have a lot of lap space. I don't exactly keep my legs close together to make a nice little lap for you. Fine, fine, come on. How can I say no to a cat? I'm gonna have to scream louder now so the microphone can actually hear me when I'm sitting back because of the cat. Right, moving on. Oh, teddy bear. Bleed Eagle gifts were the nails and the bandages. Let's just go for the nails, honestly. Don't want to waste my time with a boss fight for no reason. Ah, you are in a panic mode.
어려울 것도 없네요.
Huh? What more do you want? I'm already petting you, Chu, because this game allows me plenty of opportunities to pet you once I make my tactical decisions and watch the combat unfold, much like a turn-based game. Yeah? Alright, chicken time. We are down one fighter because he is currently having a mental breakdown. So let's have a counter go off here. Dawn is on the negative, that she should be. And you are going to start off with your eagle so that you can lose sanity and get, recover health when hit. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's new Dante notes to read. We're gonna do this after the dungeon together, just before our book. I haven't checked Dante notes yet. Cat, this is a horrible position for you to be in. You know what? I'm gonna put you over here. Over here. There we go. It's nice, warm, smells like me because of my backpack. You can stay there. There we go. Back to it. German boy has recovered. Rodion is still holding firm, as she should, because she's very good. It is a little too happy still, so ego time it is. Dawn, get going. There you go, the cat is happy over there. Yeah, but the only problem is that I have to be some sort of multi-armed deity for the amount of cats I have in this house. So, yeah, I would love to keep both hands on the cat, but lots of other cats. Rodion, go exterminate the chicken master. Go there. How did you gain sanity from using an ego? God damn it! Get hit! Please! I don't get it. I don't really get it. How is Potential Man so badly designed? Like, I get the idea. You use a counter, you gain sinking, you gain paralysis next turn. So if your sanity is high, you get the guaranteed negative coin attack. But he's constantly high on SP for some reason. He wins clashes, and then I don't get it. How does he do it? How is this broken man so happy all the time? That was a decent attack, but it only worked because it had paralysis, and now this chicken is the villain. Die. Home run from the chicken, just... And Dawn just recovered 50 SP, and I don't know why. She didn't even get to use her skill. Oh, I guess because I clicked win rate, she automatically used her skill tree, and so she recovered sanity. That sucks. Alright, we came here for Painkiller and Carmilla, and so we will get it. Alright. This might be suicide to go. It's plentiful enemies, it's fast, but we only have 4 IDs. None of which can evade, so bad idea to go here. Crushing external force or repress the wrath. Grabs. You know what, let's go crushing. We have 2 IDs with Blunt. Yeah, we have Dawn and we have Sinclair, so we can do this. We got a focus encounter here. We could actually dip 1 in a focus encounter because we have Carmilla now, so the enemies are mighty easy to stagger. Dawn is once again happy. That cannot be allowed to continue. So we use an eagle. Same thing here, we use an eagle. German boy, go do your thing. Very nice. Right, fire off your laser! I'm gonna do my fire team. And there are a few other IDs that have access to negative coins, but they only had like 1 or 2 skills. Like Earl King Heathcliff has a negative coin skill, which is his, you know, Requiem on when he's on top of the horse. It's a very nice negative coin skill, but it's not like all of his skills are not negative. I'm kind of looking for a team which has all negative coins. And while Dawn is constantly going in and out, as is expected of this character, and the other ones can just are permanently on their negative coin skills, Dawn is varying a lot, which is a little bit annoying, but so is the abnormality based off on. The other one is Potential Man, which is weird-ass gimmick. Codion is amazing, as usual. And then we have the German Boy, which is a bit of an unstable cannon. He can do horrid amounts of damage, but he also doesn't have any safeguard against panicking. So you have to like equip no eagles on him unless you want a friendly fire, which is very common. We'll get another one. Dawn needs to gain more Arcanas, and you need to corrode. This wouldn't be a team I would be using on the dungeon, honestly, if someone didn't recommend it to me. While the idea is funny to keep like everyone on like negative sanity, it is just not a team I would use because they're a little too gimmicky, especially Potential Man. Like, I mean, they together, the HID in their own team would work well. Like, Kodia works incredibly well by herself. She's a very good soloer as well, and you know, Dawn here is it's a fun ID. It's a very cool ID. I like her. I would use her in a dungeon with another team, probably Lobotomy Corp Eagle team, but this team, the loadout that we have here, I wouldn't use it myself. Honestly, even if I wanted to use Eagles, which I forgo the choice of Eagles for the little German boy, so he doesn't team kill, I wouldn't use a negative coin team. It's not very powerful. Their gimmicks a little too dispersed. We have some synergy with sinking here, but it's not a full team of sinking. We don't have enough negative coin IDs to really fill the full team. And again, full team requires the team to have 5 participants of one particular keyword so that it counts as a full team, at least in my eyes. Because if you have a full team of 5, you can fuse the gift for the specific keyword you're using, and then they gain a lot of power that lets them keep up with the escalating trials, the mounting trials of the Mirror Dungeon up ahead in the higher floors. Without a full team, you suffer a little bit in regards of, you know, the power of your team, unless you get really lucky with gift, especially if you're trying to go further than 5th floor. Unfortunately, the dungeon here today is only going to the 5th floor, so we're not too pressed about getting the good gift to get good power, so a incomplete team can do the job. Once again, Rupture, we have Rupture from Dawn on positive and Potential Man on the next. Potential Man general inflicts Rupture, but that's it. We have 2 characters with Rupture, 3 with Thinking, 1 with Bleed Burn.
알고 침식도 양호. 아마도
It's a team. It's a team. Actually, I think it's a very fitting team to be playing on the Monday because it is not that interesting of a team, honestly. Sorry to say it, but does not spark joy. You know what I mean? It's nice to see Dawn and Kodia again, and especially Sinclair outside of an N-Corp team. But it's not a team that sparks a lot of joy. Even if we are doing a challenge of the rules of the dungeon that I put here, it's not really that interesting. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're still at floor 3, I believe, and then we get to the book, and then we'll see what we're going to do tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to do the review of the Trunokun, probably a solo run because there's no other ID with from the Trunokuns. Very good. Now he's losing FP every turn. Good. Tremor. Right, sword equipped, Dawn Evo mode, and Sinclair still doing Sinclair thing. Sinclair is one of those units that again are not very interesting to talk about. He is certainly powerful, one of the most strongest negative coin IDs out there, even though he doesn't have a protection against corrosion. It's just that he's very automatic, you know? What I mean an ID is automatic, there's little input from the manager, like a you, me, and you, about how the character moves. Like you just input the skill and he does the skill. There is nothing you need to keep track of other than his sanity, which is again not a problem if you don't have any egos equipped on him. So it's really not a very automatic ID. Dawn and Kodia are a little bit automatic, but they have a little bit of a gimmick going on where you have to pay attention to one thing or the other. Like Kodia, you can pay attention to her swords, so you can get a coin reused later on, which is kind of what we're doing here. Dawn has the 3 stacks of magical arcana, so she can turn evil or good, depending on which state of mind she currently is in. And Potential Mana is just a mess, really. Donna Scanelli, hello, it has been a while, welcome. Sorry about, once again, sorry about not streaming on the Sunday and the Saturday because it was raining and I have no power in my home. Sorry. In any case, we're doing a funny farm team here. It's okay. I'm more interested about the Reflect trial that is coming, which is again something I will do probably on the weekend. It's against the very fun boss of the latest Intervallo. Right, let's finish this. Quaker, Shaker! Victory! We have the Fox that loses your sanity very quickly. Not looking to corrode, so we're gonna go for the normal attacks. Ah, it's these guys again. How lovely, lovely, lovely. It's funny that binds does not corrode. Very funny indeed. Dawn is still a negative. You are using a skill true, so we're gonna keep that.
해주지. 그 온도를 떼어내.
Clean kill.
그래, 그렇게 시원하게 처리하지. 그런 맛이 나는.
Potential man staggered and potentially dead.
덜 답답한 법이지.
Potentially dead. How about that?
단순해서 좋군.
We healed a little bit, but we can't do aught about it because right now we are just holding our own. We don't have any AoE, and this is the problem. There is an attack coming after him, and there's nothing we can do to get the attack to not go. This is bad. This is real bad. Oh my.
불길 속으로.
Well, let's hope he survives.
쓰레기 같은 아르카나 놈들.
And Dawn is very angry.
차라리 아무것도 남지 마라.
그간의 전투 경험이 쓸모가 없진 않았군요. 딴 적합한 조치였습니다.
And dead. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be potentially dead.
지키겠다 맹세했는데.
제가 괜히
Right.
것들을
Heathcliff, you gotta do it, man. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta save us all. Because if you don't, we all gonna die. And that attack is coming in first. Why are you targeting the guy that is lower than you are, buddy? Why are you doing this to us, Heathcliff? Why are you like you are? Why are you doing this? Come on, man. This guy is fat. This guy is targeting you directly. You can target him. Please. I think we're gonna get a team wipe here, boys. And if you do get the team wipe here, I'm ending this dungeon run. Because, like I said, it does not spark a lot of joy, and I'd rather be reading than doing this.
쓰레기 같은 아르카나 놈들.
And the guy's gonna attack Heathcliff first. Heathcliff's gonna die. And no way, Jose. He's dead. Can't revive him either, so we're gonna have to play with what we have left. Which means taking a few one-sided attacks. But then again, we weren't counting on Heathcliff to do much. We did get a gift for him to work a little better, which was the Haunted Shoes. But now he is dead. He has died. Maybe the Funny Farm trio here will be able to handle the rest of the dungeon on their own. But then again, we are down one fighter.
지킬 게 많거든.
We're down one fighter here in the Funny Farm. And the true mentally ill ladies and that one German boy take care of all the enemies in the dungeon. Find out now.
만만찮겠군. 우리 하지.
Dawn has recovered her sanity somehow.
지킬 게 많거든.
Clean kill. Very well done, German boy. That leaves us with just one guy, and he's going to be annihilated by the Dawn Blast. You hit him with a Dawn Beam. There's nothing but a fine red myth. Alright, the Funny Farm trio continue on, leaving behind someone that was more deadweight than anything else. You know, I ought to watch a bunch of videos about narrators for these kind of... Oh, we're gonna gain sanity here. Oh well. We gotta watch some videos about narrators for these OD tiny events to try and get to learn the tricks of the trade and do that voice again, because I did enjoy doing the voices using that little filter I used before, and that I should do more. This is good. We have 3 characters, but we can actually use that. Healing, finally! Finally, a little bit of healing. That's what we needed. Let's enhance Carmilla so we can handle multi-unfocused encounters a little better. Get the first level layer advantages, which only has one level for the, the block, the force field, force barrier. All right, when we get here from crushing external force, we're gonna change the deployment to German boy, Dawn, and her. Dawn gets the shoes so she can lose sanity when hit a lot more. Just gotta be careful when she's at -40, but she does recover sanity better than Heathcliff did, so Arcana beats. Triple Mega Blaster attack, here we go. Hoi! Now that Heathcliff is dead, I'm actually enjoying this a little more. I don't know why. I actually have these three have this gimmicks. Dawn has her gimmick, Rodin has her gimmick, and then we don't have to worry about the guy that has just a weird ass skill set. This actually became a lot more enjoyable now. Am I being mean to Heathcliff right now? Is this bullying? No one is fast enough to redirect that attack? Come on. Come on. You guys can do better than that. Right? Right. You can collapse against this attack. It's struggling. There's one. Dawn can redirect one, and you can deal with that one. You do need to lose your sanity, so go with your power counter. Yeah, Dawn, go, Rodion, go hit them with your power counter. Very good, very good. The only downside of losing Heathcliff is that we no longer get access to Ego attack, which was one of the advantages that he brought, is that we could spam the hell out of them because he would keep regenerating his sanity, but now we don't have that particular advantage. Hopefully that won't bite us in the ass, because we can't access it anymore. But even if he was spamming, he was still one of the slowest characters because his main AoE came from Bind, which made him very slow. Still, we're much better off without that ID, actually. We gain better slots like this. Boom, boom, boom. We'll give the talismans back. Say goodbye to your power. Don't. Dawn hits them with the Dawn Beam once again. The laser beam that turns into Don Quixote. Fearful weapon, equivalent only to the Bong Bong Beam. Magical Dawn Bower with love. Right, we're doing well, even without our fourth member. Let's go down to floor 4. See where that will take us. Why are we? Oh yeah, it's randomized now. Oh, that's more fuel for the pot, I guess. And that healing, and that is more damage against stagger. So, oh boy, yield my flash, certain word, or charm, wonder, and doubt. Certain word has butlers. Yield my flesh to cleanse their bones has skin with a negative unweird thinking thing, so that would be Suicide. Charm, Wonder, and Doubt has unfortunately us fighting against the enhanced abnormalities. And I'm not eager to fight that, especially since we're going to be fighting mannequins here. So, turn to a word it is. I don't want to fight the butler. You again. Give me a gift. Give me a gift. Thank you. The illusion of choice. You are going to fight the butlers, buddy. You are. Oh shit! Hold on. I accidentally deployed Potential Man again. That's against the rules. He is dead. He's not supposed to be here. Get back into the grave. Get back into the grave. And don't come back. And don't come back. Don't come back. Let's Pikachu-less. And he's immediately staggered because of panic. Alright, we can work with that. La 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 la. He is weak to slash. His attacks are all pierce. He is normal against pierce, but it's still a lot of attacks that we rather deal rather than get hit. So Rodion will have to deal with her for whatever's coming her way herself. So this first few attacks is going to be a little painful for us, but we'll do well once we get a few slots in. Withered Pride. Lobotomy Ego goes really hard, man. That's something I've been thinking about. There is some overlap with Project Moon, Lobotomy Corporation specifically, and Monster Hunter, because we also make armors from the creatures we defeat, you know, but our armor is just a suit and tie. The weapons too, it's all based around the creatures we fight, so it's interesting, it's nice. Nothing better than, you know, taking the creature you defeated and turning into your next set of clothing. Are you good against Blunt? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Onto the fire. Boing. I'm so glad I managed to adapt these guys into the tabletop. Alright, Dawn, time to do your first thing to become evil. You already are evil, but you're gonna become more evil. Speaking of evil, I need to check which games I could stream. I think I want to do like Brigadier Killers the demo in the future. I have it installed, but I haven't touched it. Gloomwood kind of doesn't run well. Deep Rock Galactic also doesn't run well. I have Rope, or I have Robocop that definitely is not going to run well. It would run well, I think, last time we streamed it, even though the graphics were kind of fucked. What else do I have that I could probably stream? Maybe a rerun of my favorite game. Again, I do have LobCorp, and I'm planning on going back to that, so look forward to that one as well. You just gotta finish our promise. 19 episodes of Daily Murder Dungeon, so we can switch our schedules for weekly ones. And then we're still gonna do the book reading, make no mistake. Well, it's just gonna, you know, be different. We're probably gonna do book readings on the weekends, honestly, as a way to wind down instead of constant video game all the time. Because I am still very interested in reading all of the Sinner books, especially on stream, since, you know, you get to experience the story, even though my narration is not the best one in the world. Also, I just realized my camera is really zoomed in. I'll fix that later. You just get a nice close-up of my freshly shaven face and freshly shaven bald head. Alright, funny farm boys, let's keep it going. You have one sword on you, very good. You have 2 big skill trees ready to go, so go have fun. As for you, Dawn, it's time to hit them with your Dawn Beam. Hit them with the Dawn Beam. Magical girl Dawn Beam. magical girl hits you with a magical bean and turns into a bean. Not a bunch of beans, a single bean. I have heard that Blade Universal now has an event exclusive facade skin. He does. This is exactly one of the things I feared about the facade system. Now, you triggered me. You triggered me, Moises. That's something I want to rant about. When they introduced the facade thing, that was one of my first worries I had, is that they were going to release skins instead of releasing full IDs. Now, this fear has come and turned into a reality with the exclusive skin for Bamboo Hat Kin. Usually this wouldn't be a problem at all, and it's very nice that we're getting a nice skin. That's cool, but my fear is that they are going to make skins instead of making more IDs. Now, this fear might be a little unfounded. IDs is, after all, what they require to keep the game running, because it's what sells, and you cannot directly buy a skin from the facade, and this one is exclusive from the Reflect trial. It's more of a reward. But we did take a step closer to what I feared, that they were going to start doing skins instead of IDs. Not saying that they're going to do that, but you know, it's something in the back of my head that's screaming like, hey, they're going to do that. Now, it is very cool. It's very cool that we get a exclusive, tangible reward other than little banner decorations, which I don't give a shit about. I still got all of them because, you know, I'm a completionist. But it's much better than little decoration on your thing, like, oh, congratulations, you beat the thing under the time needed to beat it. Here's a little decoration for your profile, which no one bothers to look at. It's very nice. It's very nice. It looks nice too. It's very nice. Oh, they're stroking us right now. Oh no. Alright, Dawn has stopped being evil, but Dawn will go evil again, because I require Dawn to be on that evil. Kin and precise. Here comes Magical Girl. This video is cool, I love it. It takes fucking forever to finish it. It is one of the coolest eagles, though. It is one of the coolest eagles. Yup. Here we go, here we go, here we go now, here we go, here we go, here we go now. Here we go, here we go, here we go now. Wait, I did buy a cigar, why am I smoking? After this weekend that was hellish, I think I deserve a cigar. I'm gonna pop it right now. Or shouldn't I? No, I'm gonna save it for maintenance day. It is our tradition here for maintenance day to be cigar day. Nice time to relax, middle of the week. A moral enactment. Sanguine dots. It's so crazy when I see passives on the enemies popping up like that sinners. It gives me Library of Arena PTSD. Alright, you need your swords. Can only gain one sword, which is the same, but here we go. Under the fire. Oh, that was a cool interaction there. She used her clashable guard, maintained her guard, defending the attack. The guy attacked her, and then the guy used the block, and she counter-attacked him. That was cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I need to clean this someday. I want to go back to smoking on this thing. I have a custom-made pipe, which is decorated by myself. It's made by myself, kind of. And I want to use it, but it's clogged, and it's a pain in the ass to unclog it. Stagger him! He didn't get staggered. Damn, buddy, calm down. How come you guys allowed this to pass? How come no one stopped him? Well, he is panic. Dawn, I think it's time for you to show them a proper light show. Bring forth all the magical girl power into this world. Manifest into reality as the Dawn Topa. 2 Arcana Slaves and an Eagle Blast.
정리보다도 큰 생명 속에 파묻힌 그대가 여기서 빛의 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나
Do it again, do it again. A smaller version. And now she will turn evil. That AD is such a joy to use, man. Evil mode Dawn activated. And blast! Let's give the magical girls a shotgun. That's a good idea. All right, mystery pack here, please. This guy. You know what? Let's take a drink. Let's drink with the guy. Let's drink with the guy. Let's share with everyone. Everyone takes a nice little sip of it. So tasty. I drink with him, even though I know he's tricking me to like devour me. I'd still drink with him. He seems like a jolly fella. All right, let's see what we got here. Next is Divergent plus Sculptor. What does muzzle is just free bleed on every attack, so we'll take it. Homeward is healing on combat start, which could offset some damage we're taking because we are a lower. This is so bad, man. This is so bad. It's 20% damage extra for all allies on a focus encounter start. So the first, if you don't have a full allies, like we don't have a full team right now, we have 3 characters because we lost 1. We enter the combat, everyone gets a 20% damage boost, but we only have 3 slots, so not really that good for a team without the full roster available. It just isn't. It just isn't. Let's enhance some stuff. This. So we have free bleed now, and we have free rupture. That is good extra damage. We love to have that. Very nice. Very nice. And some extra protection for our 3-man team. Spear Flash, that is going to be our boy, the Earl King, right? No, I think it's Nelly. It's probably going to be Nelly. Nelly! There we go! And she starts kicking her ass. Here we go. Almost like I'm running a cosplay convention with this team. We got a guy in knight's armor, a magical girl, and someone in like a suit and armor. Oh, Dawn's gonna be turned good now. Done, it's fully healed. It's good now. He fights for the good guys. She's a nice magical girl. Not evil at all. She's definitely not going to cave her head in if given the chance. Say goodbye to your sanity. Got another third in. Good. Very good. Let's have Dawn do her special with love. Yeah. yeah. There has Butler's Mark, Clash Power plus 10. Damn. Damn, Daniel. Can you do that first? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I believe in you. Lose that sanity. Lose that sanity right now. That's good. That's a good sanity loss right there. Blast! Still not staggered. You will be very, very soon. He no longer has the super clash power up attack, so that means everyone can do their part, including Rodion, by offsetting her evade. Very nice. You gotta be careful because Nelly has the ability of permanently staggering someone if the fight goes on long enough. Alright, damage time, baby. It's time for damage. Unfortunately, the Determined Boy is going to go insane next round because he doesn't have a way to clash and he's losing sanity. So he's going to be losing 10, going down to 47, and then he's going to lose 7 here, going down to 41. Only thing we can do is set a defense skill for him and, you know, wait for the next turn so he can clash and gain some sanity back. Which is against the idea of the team, but he will paralyze if he doesn't recover a little bit of sanity. Again, this one that has no safeguards, like the true e-girls in the team right now. Right, Nelly, time to obliterate. There we go. Let's bring some clashes. Hello, great streamer. Hello, Friendo56 on Twitch. Welcome. I'm doing quite well. We are doing a challenge run in the Mirror Dungeon with 18 recommended by my viewers. And can you type with me because my speaker is not working, bro? Interesting. Hello. Hello and welcome. How are you doing? I mean, if he asks to write, all right. Right now we are doing a challenge run of sorts on the Mirror Dungeon. With 18 recommended by the viewers. All right, let's deal with Nelly. Goodbye, Nelly. The rules of the dungeon. That's them rules of the dungeon for people that does not have speakers, which is quite odd, honestly, but I'm not here to judge. Everyone has their circumstances. That's them rules of the dungeon. And there you have it. Right, let's select the gift for left final floor. Defense level, base power, max HP. I will take these. Unique gift that gives everyone bind and Midwinter Nightmare. So we sinking max. And our last fight will be against, certainly not monastic experience. This team will not be able to hang the big lady with the big sword. We are going to go for Pitiful Envy because we do have plenty of envy skills that will let us deal good damage. Let's go for a mystery pack here. It is Dumbass. Hello, I don't need your gift, so goodbye. And then we have True Focus and Encounters. Let's go for the one in the middle. It's probably going to be Pecatulus. Probably going to be Pecatulus. Most likely going to be Pecatulus. If it ain't, I don't know. It's the middle. We are so fucked. Alright, we'll do what we can. I believe most of these goobers are fatal to blunt. Right, we are, I think everyone here is weak to blunt. No, you are not weak to blunt. You can handle some punching. But the rest of you are screwed. We could do blast on with... Let's start with a blast. These guys are fat because they have true slots, so it's not gonna affect a lot of them. But it will power up Dawn, so why not? Yeah, and they're weak to blunt too, blunt envy, I think. Blast! That's a good damage. I do love this ego a lot. It just takes 5 billion years to complete, you know? Yeah, bro, Chacho, that block isn't gonna save you against your tree. Ain't gonna save it. Sanity lost. Sanity lost. Okie dokie. Dawn is ready with 2 Arcana beats. And we are gonna use exactly that. You need to counter. But here, gotta slap my uncle streaming and stumble on your channel. I'll reply in just a moment. But if you don't mind, I would love to be your biggest fan, support your channel. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see. Alright, there you go, taking a field hit. Oh, bursting. There's some skills in this game that have such cool names. Here we go. Dawn is evil now because he used 2 attacks in a row, so we cannot corrode her Igor, or she is going to blow up everyone. An attack coming in, she can handle it. Not sure if she can handle it. She got the sword in her, so she's negative sanities. There we go. Alright. See Sinclair doing the looking at Clash, then I remember, oh, he's a negative coin. He actually gets stronger in the Clash as the more coins you lose. Damage goes down, but the Clash power goes up, kind of. Punch. Alright, the boys are rallying. They're bringing reinforcement that we don't have a way to deal with. We're not equipped with a lot of AoE here. Dawn is going to turn good again. That means we can use her AoE to and at least deal with some of them. Our health is looking good. so we can take a few hits. That patrolling flashlight is going to be very, very, very good, especially on floor 4. Yeah, friendo, that ain't going to happen. I kind of knew where this was going, but I appreciate the attempt. That was very sweet. That was very nice. Unfortunately, it is. If you on YouTube are following the conversation, you can check the dialogue box down here and see that apparently we have another person trying to add me on Discord, and I have already mentioned this several times before. I do not add anyone on Discord for safety purposes. Maybe one day I will create a Discord server. Now is not the time. Maybe when I hit 300 subscribers. So no, I don't want to jump into that. I don't want to jump into that hoop, that puddle until we get there. Because there's a lot of scams going around. Lots of people trying to take your account, and I don't want that to happen. I am very cautious with all these things. So just as to reiterate, rules of the chat, both on Twitch, both on YouTube, I will not add anyone on Discord, okay? Just for safety. And even if I did have a Discord, I wouldn't add anyone on Discord either. Personal friends, you could be on the Discord server, but not on my friends list, because I had a few friends that got their account hijacked like that, so no. Here we go, Painkiller. Wait, didn't we get already Painkiller? Oh, it was the last stream, the last run where they got wiped by Dawn. Right. Ah, it's the Rupture Boys. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, no. Oh, did he know? Rupture Boys are very dangerous.
정의보다도 푸른 자여, 사랑보다 붉은 자여, 운명 속에 파묻힌 그대 이름을 걸고 여기서 빛의 맹세한다. 우리 앞에 막
Sorry, but that's them rules. I know you're trying. I know you're trying real hard, but that ain't gonna happen, friend. I'm sorry. Not gonna add anyone to Discord. You are being very insistent. I already know where this is going, so we're gonna stop right there before I have to do something on Twitch. I know you might be listening to me. There we go, we managed to get the Rupture Boys out of commission. That's nice. At least for a turn, they will not be able to heal us full of Rupture. Oh. How's Dawn doing? Dawn is doing pretty bad. Dawn, can you pop another one without corrupting? Yes, you can. That is my Dawn. He'd be Doer. User, there's the only AoE ego we have right now, and we can actually use on her because it's very difficult to control her going positive or negative. So we're gonna use it because we have an option to use it. Evil Blast.
조치였습니다.
Right, Kodia. Time to. You gotta get your sanity down, Kodia. Can't keep that thing up.
쓸모가 있으려면
Ooh, we're almost at the end of the dungeon. 2 hours, and then we got our book to read.
하나 스위트.
I do have a lot of students tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it, man. That's a shame.
게 많거든. 무슨 일 있었던 겐가?
And Dawn recovered from being evil for about a moment.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
Very nice.
지킬 게 많거든. 아르카나 세이버!
I know there's a way to use that Arcana Blade as an AoE, or is it on her second skill? Because I haven't been paying a lot of attention to her. I kind of understand how her gimmick worked, but I haven't paid much attention about the whole AoE aspect that she can use. Oh, 3 level ups, assuming we can pass the test. That is you. You go, you go, you go, you go. There we go. We got a level up. Very nice. Very deadly. Let's... This is just the bovine boys and the rupture bovine boys here, and this is butlers. No, this can be anything. This is Pitiful Envy. I don't know what this is gonna be, so we're gonna go over there. And hope we don't get screwed by making a choice from something I knew it was gonna be against something that I don't. And it is... the mariachis. Mariachis. Mariachis we can handle. Mariachis are easy. They're nice. And Dawn can probably stagger them with a Dawn Blast from the beginning. Yep, it's gonna stagger them. Give him a chance to recover. Alright, hit him with the Dawn Blast. She has a blade, she's evil, hateful thing, really. She is the queen of hatred, so yeah. Evil thing. But the Arcana Slave thing is a reference to a very old anime. Don't remember the name, but they used something called Arcane Slave or something like that. And where's the King of Love, baby? We don't talk about the male magical girls, okay? They were not mentioned in any of the games for a good reason.
적합한 조치였습니다. 불길 속으로
Stab, stab, stab.
악은 이렇게 정화되었네.
There we go, should be good. Right now we're going on automatic. We got some great gifts for thinking. I think we're good to clear this dungeon even without the 4th member. Because again, potential men better left forgotten. Not a good idea. Not good for anything really. Again, it goes back to the whole, he is the second negative coin ID that was released. The first one literally was Enclair, and Enclair was a beast. It still is a beast, mind you. But they were afraid of making another monster, and yeah, that's why Potential May is the way he is. And now we lose 2 slots because he enters a panic, and now we need to counterattack. We got another stagger in, that's bad. Well, the Violet. The animations back then were so weak, man. But what can you do? It was what it was back then. Just 4 more mariachis and the boss, and we are good to go for our book reading. I'm excited to go back to Crime and Punishment. Let's see how Raskolnikov is going to declare that he did murder a woman in cold blood and her sister for no reason. He hasn't even cashed in the money, mind you.
이렇게 정화되었네.
He stole all those things and hid it away. He didn't get any money out of it. He just killed an old lady and her sister just because. And what stings even more is the fact that he's gonna gain a lot of money from the death of Marfa Petrovna.
골치 아픈 것
Kill him!
조각이
쓸모가 있으려면
Rip into smithereens when you're done, blood. And she got better. Into the shop, into the boss. Let's see what we got here. Lowest star, fluorescent lamp, bell of truth, reverberation, all excellent gifts that we can't use. Phantom pains extra damage, and gloom of fluorescence gives us defense level up. Very nice. Helterfly's ring is for burn only, and we are mostly sinking. Well, we were mostly sinking. We still are mostly sinking. It's Dawn and Cody are sinking, but we do have burn on the wonderful German boy. Turn hands. Let's upgrade some stuff. There we go. That's good enough for me. Let's deploy. Let's kill that boss. Whoever it may be, it is weak to gloom, and weak to pierce, and weak to blunt. We are gloom, blunt, and pierce. We are made to kill this boss. Let's see what we get. It is the motherfucking thing. I hate you. You foul creature. You shall meet your end today. Actually, I wonder if you can break through its shield first turn like that. Sorry.
불길 속으로
정의 이름으로
Yup.
그 오물을
A nice attempt, but we didn't break through the shield. We did get our sanity down, which is very nice.
경험이 쓸모가 없진 않아.
Now we have to deal with the big attack, and we can deal with it. Maybe. With Dawn Arcana? No. But we can certainly deal with bigger Dawn Arcana. It's favored. It's so-so. Alright, go. I trust in Dawn. I believe in Dawn. You all believe in Dawn, right? Oh. Yeah.
아르카나 빛.
Yeah, we believe in Dawn.
정의보다도 풍자야.
It comes as no surprise that Dawn is the MVP here.
여기서 빛의 무리앞을 막는 증오스러운 나와 그대의
Again, she's the only one I keep the ego. I could have cooked on Kodia and pretty much worked the mechanic around the Kodia recovering SP to use her things, but she's better off as a damage dealer rather than a tank. If anyone's a damage dealer, she's still pretty tanky. There we go, he gets hit. Which is good for his sanity. As a reminder, this boss has paralysis, and we actually get better with paralysis. Right, Dawn, time to do your things. So are you. Jowayo, jowayo.
본인이 하지.
Hey, didn't I tell you to use your defense? Oh well. I was gonna kind of save that for 3 swords. Big damage coming from sinking right there. And the sinking is all gone. He enters the panic mode because we didn't gain enough XP. And now we have to deal with the attacks by ourselves, which isn't a problem. Dawn uses Arcana Beat. She is that true Arcana, so she's not turning evil right away.
만만찮겠군. 본인이 하지.
She's doing the game. She got the 3 Arcanas now. She's gonna go evil now. Evil synchronization. How's his health? About halfway. Good to go then. We're good to go. Probably gonna trigger his probably not gonna play it with gimmick because I think we're gonna do more than 1,400 damage in this. Ooh, that proc of sinking, god damn. Yeah, we killed her before we could get its gimmick down. Oh well.
귀찮은 부위가 언제 늦은 모양이죠, 관리자. 우선 우리 잘 분류해서 잘라내길 기대하겠습니다.
And it is now on its death throw. That means we do nothing but sit here and wait for Rodion to beat his ass, because anything we do right now is for no purpose. Because it's stuck on 1 HP until we get those self-charge stacks down. And one of the clashes didn't go through. This is bad. I can't be fumbling like this. I am supposed to be teaching you people, but I fumbled it. Oh well, even if it does attack someone, we do have some defenses up. That's not great. All right, here we go. Oh, we'll be able to stop it. It will be Kodia. A good Kodia, very good, very good. It's still evil. So let's Dawn handle that, and you handle it. Kodia, you just sit tight and block for now. There we go. 4 clashes. Come on! Come on! Is this a matter of attrition right now? It's still depleting its self-charge, so it's gonna go away real quick. Alright, we're looking at 1 self-charge, so he's going to detonate immediately, I'd say immediately. And with that, we clear off today's dungeon. There we go, it's self-detonated. Now, final thoughts, the funny farm, the mentally unstable IDs. They're not very fun. Once we got rid of potential man, things got a little more interesting because the IDs with actual mechanics actually have more slots to play around. So it was a lot of fun playing with each two. And Claire kind of goes automatically, and sometimes it freezes up because of he has no protection against corrosion from panicking from his own skills like the other two. But what can you expect? He is a mentally abused German boy. It was okay. It was alright. I wouldn't run this team myself, but it was okay. Now, let's get down and nerdy with it. Let's get on to reading Crime and Punishment. So, my friends, if you're here for Limbus gameplay, the time is up. It's time for you to go. For now, we are going to do our nerd stuff. We're going to do some reading. But before that, even that, we are going to take a look at Dante's Notes because there's new Dante's Notes and I haven't checked it out. So, let's sit down for some delicious lore. Alright, LCD, new lore. LCD's on-site investigative reasoning team resolves the distortion phenomenon by searching for what they call inflection points, in the process of which they reason out and investigate the cause of the distortion, the situation around it, and the nature of the power it may have gained due to those circumstances. Meanwhile, the busting method is to open the dungeon of the Phantoms to directly peer into the distortion's past or simply suppresses, using force until it turns back. As if this can't even be attempted without me, as well it can be helped, then Moses' team has to work in their own way. That said, finding this inflection point is apparently a task that requires a huge amount of time without Moses, who can observe the progress and warning signs of the distortion phenomena with the naked eye. I'd say that is another kind of power irreplaceable for their team, though I am completely different direction from mine. Now that I think about it, what would I look like through Moses' eyes? Because it's saw a glass-like sword of many edges in Ryoku's cave. Considering the event that transpired following Moses' observation, maybe it could give me some clue about who I was before I lost my memories. As if Limbus Company is gonna allow you. N-Corp. We came to N-Corp with a lot of worries on our minds, but Butter Street, our point of arrival, wasn't particularly different from the other back streets we'd been to. I'd braced myself for those fanatic inquisitors to swarm in on us and tear my head off of me, or at least to run into someone from N-Corp's new League of Nine Literatures, but nothing of the sort happened. From what I remember, Myrtle did say that the Inquisition are not a major faction of N-Corp, and it's not like we ran into the Literatures when we arrived in the district, so that explains it. Butter Street's residents don't seem to care much about what we do. I'm pretty sure as long as it doesn't directly involve their daily lives, they won't give us a second glance. S-Corp! I learned a little bit more at S-Corp through Bamboo-Headed Kin and Engdu's memories. S-Corp is said to be a wing run by three court circles, Sao, P, and Pio. The P circle, the faction King was a part of, is to have lost considerable influence, with the Sao and Pio circles colluding. Yiseng says most of S-Corp scientists and technicians belong to the P circle. That's probably why the old League of Nine Literatures had to escape to T-Corp due to internal power struggle. Runaway residents are hunted down and brought back to S-Corp by fixers called Trunoku. These refugees seem to be referenced to as Nobi sometimes. I don't think the term carries the same context as the minor slave we saw in the underground of J-Corp Casino, but have yet to pin what sets them apart yet. Syndicates! Blade lineage! When it was involved in a syndicate strife against the Kurokumo clan, the Blade lineage was apparently split into two groups. One group were people who dreamed of returning to S-Corp someday, the people who had been with Bamboo-Headed Kin since back in S-Corp. The other group was made of people who sought only the liberty to live by their sword. Kim said that returning to S-Corp was not much of a priority for Southwoods when they're kept by brandishing their swords. And Kin distorted in the middle of all that, losing both sides. Those who chose to remain with him were killed by their own leader, and the Blade lineage so diminished, the Southwoods who had no clear purpose left him and drifted away. Engdu is the only one who stayed with him until the end, and now he's become an official member of the LCD. The Venture survived still, but the Blade lineage and organized syndicate may be a bit of a stretch. Technology, canned experience. A canned product that gives the user an experience never before had, simply by eating the content. From what I can tell, the raw ingredient is produced in a place called Grand Magazine Sisyphe, and the cannery is connected to it. Apparently, there is a mass-produced version of this product, made by mixing all sorts of information with the base ingredient. They give intense and stimulating experience when consumed, and in N-Corp, eating these mass-produced canned experiences is considered a form of entertainment, like going out or dining in a restaurant. But didn't some of the identities we use drive nails into people to harvest something from them and make canned experience with it? And if this Sisyphe place is producing the raw ingredient, then... The thought gave me the creeps, if I'm being honest. I did ask Mercer about it, but he said Cromer and her Inquisitors had an outdated way of doing things, which is apparently almost never an option these days. Mercer read my note. The way he spoke was quite insistent. He actually emphasized that the cans don't provide any dreams or experience. Then what do they really give? Memories? What separates a memory from an experience? There are times when I peek into the sinner's memories, but those memories don't come from my own experience. Still, in that precise moment I glimpse a memory. Can't I say I'm experiencing it too, or not? Maybe this is a question I can answer right now. And finally, we have info on the distortions. Moses, team leader on LCD on-site investigative reasoning, OSIR, team conducted a research that suggests that distortion phenomena progresses through 3 stages: early, middle, and late, like a disease. Hohenheim also once said that the fate of an abnormality awaits at the end of the distortion phenomenon. Does that mean that once the symptoms get worse beyond the late stage, the distortion turns into an abnormality? Ursula mentioned in passing that there's also something called an incubation stage, but I don't think that distinction makes such a difference if you can't directly see or feel the warning signs of a distortion phenomenon. Distortion we've encountered so far were all people turned into monstrous entities, but the distortion phenomena we were asked to handle this time looked more like its namesake, a phenomenon that covered the entire street. Ursula states called a location-type distortion. After completing the contract, I was able to hear more about how the distortion can encroach upon its environment. I think the sinners and I have seen that happen before. There were times when the scenery around us changed even though we didn't enter the phantoms of someone's ego or the dungeons of the phantom. Actually, didn't some kind of thing happen with people who have flourished their ego? I wonder what the difference is. Very nice. Ooh. Tasty lore, tasty lore, tasty, tasty lore. I love it. I wish for more. I can't wait for Kanto 10. Right. Let's get down with it. Sorry about the delay. Let's get down to chapter 4 of Punishment. So, it has been 2 days since we last read it, so I am going to do a quick recap of what happened. Raskolnikov, together with Razumikin, went to the apartment that his mother and sister were sleeping in. It's a low-quality apartment, etc., etc. They went there for dinner, and they were going to meet with Luzim, the guy that was going to marry Raskolnikov's sister, Dunya. This guy is a bit of a prick. He thought they were just gonna, worship him as their god and hero because he saved them from poverty, etc., etc. But Raskolnikov saw right through him and pressed the right buttons to get into rage and say things that he shouldn't have said. And the guy still doesn't accept he was in the wrong. After all this was said and done, and they were going to receive a lot of money from Marfa Petrovna and from what's the name of the guy? I forgot the name of the guy now. It was a good name. I forgot. It was. I'll remember it later. They were about to receive a lot of money. Razumikin suggested that they should together open a publishing company that would set them up for life. They would get money. They would get things. But Raskolnikov got up, said, "Hey, that's a good idea. You guys should do it. I'm going to leave now. I'm gone." And everyone was like perplexed. Why are you leaving? Things are turning for the good now. And when Razumikin caught up to Raskolnikov in the corridor as he was leaving, he caught a glimpse of something, a little hint of what happened. And now we're gonna see where this goes. Chapter 4. Raskolnikov went straight. Oh, sorry. Limbus? No. Raskolnikov went straight to the house on the canal bank where Sonia lived. It was an old greenhouse 3 floors high. He found the porter, who gave him vague directions as to where to find Kapernaumov, the tailor. Having found the entrance to the dark and narrow staircase in the corner of the courtyard, he went up to the 2nd floor and came out into a gallery that ran round the whole 2nd story over the yard. While he was wandering in the darkness, uncertain where to turn for Kapernaumov's door, a door opened 3 paces from him. He mechanically took hold of it. "Who's there?" a woman's voice asked uneasily. "It's me. Come to see you," answered Raskolnikov, and he walked into the tiny entryway. On a broken chair stood a candle in a battered copper candlestick. "It's you, my goodness!" cried Sonia weakly, and she stood rooted to the spot. "Which is your room? This way?" And Raskolnikov, trying not to look at her, hurried in. A minute later, Sonia too came in with a candle, put down the candlestick, and, completely disconcerted, stood before him, unexpressibly agitated and apparently frightened by his unexpected visit. The color rushed suddenly to her pale face, and tears came into her eyes. She felt sick and ashamed and happy, too. Raskolnikov turned away quickly and sat on a chair by the table. He scanned the room in a rapid glance. It was a large but extremely low-ceilinged room, the only one lit by the Kapernaumovs, to whose rooms a closed door led in the wall on the left. In the opposite side of the right-hand wall was another door, which was always kept locked. That led to the next apartment, which formed a separate lobby. Sonia's room looked like a barn. It was very irregular quadrangle, giving it a grotesque appearance. A wall with 3 windows looking out onto the canal ran on a slant so that one corner formed a very acute angle, and it was difficult to see it in without very strong light. The other corner was disproportionately obtuse. There was scarcely any furniture in the big room. In the corner on the right was the bedstead. Beside it, nearest the door, was the chair. A plain deal table covered by a blue cloth stood against the same wall, close to the door into the apartment. 2 rush-seated chairs stood by that table. On the opposite wall, near the acute angle, stood a small plain wooden chest of drawers, looking as it were lost in the desert. That was all there was in the room. The yellow, scratched, and shabby wallpaper was black in the corners. It must have been damp and full of fumes in the winter. There was every sign of poverty. Even the bedstead had no curtain. Sonia looked in silence at her visitor, who was so attentively and unceremoniously scrutinizing her room, and at last even began to tremble with terror, as though she were standing before her judge and the arbiter of her destinies. "I'm late," he asked, still not lifting his eyes. "Yes, Mr. Sonia. Oh, yes, it is," she added hastily, as though it was her means of escape. "My landlady's clock has just struck. I heard it myself. I've come to you for the last time, Raskolnikov went on gloomily, although this was the first time. Perhaps I may not see you again. Are you going away? I don't know. Tomorrow. Then you are not coming to Katerina Ivanovna's tomorrow? Sonia's voice shook. I don't know. I shall know tomorrow morning. Never mind that. I've come to say one word. He raised his brooding eyes to her and suddenly noticed that he was sitting down while she had been standing before him. Why are you standing? Sit down, he said in a changed voice, gentle and friendly. She sat down. He looked kindly and almost compassionately at her. How thin you are! What a hand! Quite transparent, like a dead hand. He took her hand. Sonia smiled faintly. I have always been like that, he said. Even when you lived at home? Yes. Of course you were, he added abruptly, and the expression of his face and the sound of his voice changed again suddenly. He looked around him once more. You rent this room from the Kapernaumovs? Yes. They live there through that door? Yes, they have another room like this. All in one room? Yes. I would be afraid in your room at night, he observed gloomily. They are very good people, very kind, answered Sonia, who still seemed bewildered. And all the furniture, everything is theirs. And they are very kind, and the children too often come to see me. They all stammer, don't they? Yes, he stammers, and he's lame, and his wife too. It's not exactly that she stammers, but she can speak plainly. She's a very kind woman, and he used to be a house serf. And there are 7 children. It's only the eldest one that stammers, and the other ones are simply ill. But they don't stammer. But where did you hear about them? She added with some surprise. Your father told me, then. He told me all about you, and how you went out at 6 o'clock and came back at 9, and how Katerina Ivanovna knelt down by your bed. Sonia was confused. I thought I saw him today, she whispered hesitatingly. Oh, my father. I was walking in the street out there at the corner at about 10 o'clock, and he seemed to be walking in front. It looked just like him. I wanted to go to Katerina Ivanovna. You were walking in the streets? Yes, Sonia whispered abruptly, again overcome with confusing and looking down. Katerina Ivanovna used to beat you, I dare say. Oh no, what are you saying? No. Sonia looked at him almost with dismay. You love her, then? Love her? Of course, said Sonia with plaintive emphasis as she clasped her hands in distress. And you don't, if only you knew. You see, she's just like a child. Her mind is entirely unhinged, you see, from sorrow. And how clever she used to be, how generous, how kind. And you don't understand. You don't understand. Sonia said this as though in despair, wringing her hands in excitement and distress. Her pale cheeks flushed. There was a look of anguish in her eyes. It was clear that she was stirred to the depth, that she was longing to speak, to champion, to express something. A sort of insatiable compassion, if you could call it that, was reflected in every feature of her face. Beat me? How can you? Good heavens, beat me! And if she did beat me, what then? What of it? You know nothing about it. She is so unhappy, and how unhappy, and ill. She is seeking righteousness, she is pure. She has such faith that there must be righteousness everywhere, and she expects it. And if you were to torture her, she wouldn't do wrong. She doesn't see that it's impossible for people to be righteous, and she's angry at it. Like a child. Like a child. She is good. And what will happen to you? Sonia looked at him inquiringly. There are left on your hands, you see. They were all on your hands before, though. And your father came to you to beg for drink. Well, how will it be now? I don't know, Sonia articulated mournfully. Will they stay there? I don't know. They are in debt for the lodging, but the landlady, I hear, said today that she wanted to get rid of them, and Katerina Ivanovna says that she won't stay another minute. How has she come to be so bold? She relies on you? Oh no, don't talk like that. We are one, we live as if we were one. Sonia was agitated again, and even angry, as though a canary or some other little bird were to be angry. And what could she do? What could she do? She persisted, getting hot and excited. And how she cried today! Her mind is unhinged! Haven't you noticed it? 1 minute she's worrying like a child that everything will be... Sorry. 1 minute she's worrying like a child that everything will be right tomorrow, the lunch and all that. Then she is wringing her hands, spitting blood, weeping, and all at once she will begin knocking her head against the wall in despair. Then she will be comforted again. She builds all her hopes on you. She says that you will help her now and that she will borrow a little money somewhere and go to her native town with me and set up a boarding school for the daughters of gentlemen and take me to a superintendent, and we will begin a new splendid life. And she kisses and hugs me, comforts me, and she has such faith in these dreams of her. You can't contradict her. And all day long she has been washing, cleaning, mending. She dragged the washtub into the room with her feeble hands and sank onto the bed, gasping for breath. We went this morning to a store to buy shoes for Polenka and Lida, as they are completely worn out. Only the money we brought wasn't enough, not nearly enough. And she picked out such lovely little boots because she had taste. You don't know. And there in the store, she burst out crying in front of the assistant because she hadn't enough. And it was sad to see her. Well, after that, I can understand why you live like this, Raskolnikov said with a bitter smile. And aren't you sorry for them? Aren't you sorry? Sonia flew at him again. Why, I know you gave your last penny yourself, though you'd see nothing of it, and if you'd seen everything, oh dear, and how often I've brought her to tears. Only last week, yes, only a week before his death, I was cruel, and often I've done it, and I've been wretched at the thought of it all day. Sonia wrung her hands as she spoke at the pain of remembering. You were cruel? Yes, I went to see then, she went on weeping. And my father said, read me something, Sonia, my head hurts, read to me. Here's a book. He had a book he had got from Andrei Semyonovich Lebezyatnikov. He lives there. He always used to get a hold of strange books. And I said, I can't stay, because I didn't want to read, and I'd gone in mainly to show Katerina Ivanovna some collars. Lizaveta, the salesgirl, sold me some collars and cuffs cheap. Pretty new embroidered one. Katerina Ivanovna liked them very much. She put them on and looked at herself in the glass and was delighted with them. Make me a present out of them, Sonia, he said. Please do, please do. She said that she wanted them so much, and when could she wear them? They just reminded her of the old happy days. She looked at herself in the glass, admired herself, and she has no clothes at all, no things of her own. Hasn't had all these years, and she never asks anyone for anything. She's proud, she'd sooner give away everything, and these she asked for. She liked them so much, and I was sorry to give them. What use are they to you, Katerina Ivanovna? I said. I spoke like that to her. I shouldn't have said it. She gave me such a look, and she was so upset that I refused her. And it was so sad to see, and she wasn't upset because of the collars, but because I refused. I saw that. And if only I could bring it all back, change it, take back those words. But it's nothing to you. Did you know Lizaveta, the sales girl? Yes. Did you know her? Sonia asked with some surprise. Katerina Ivanovna is tubercular, seriously tubercular. Soon she will be dead, said Raskolnikov after a pause, without answering her question. Oh, no, no, no. And Sonia unconsciously clutched both of his hands, as though imploring for her not to be. But it will be better if she does die. No, not better. It's not better at all, Sonia unconsciously repeated in dismay. And the children? And the children? What can you do except take them to live with you? Oh, I don't know, cried Sonia, almost in despair, and she put her hand to her head. It was evident that the idea had very often occurred to her before, and he had only raised it again. And what if even now, while Katerina Ivanovna is alive, you get ill and are taken to the hospital? What will happen then? He persists pitilessly. How can you? That can't happen. And Sonia's face was tortured with terror. Can't happen? Raskolnikov went on with a harsh smile. You're not insured against it, are you? What will happen to them then? They'll be in the street, all of them. She'll cough and beg and knock her head against some wall, as she did today, and the children will cry. Then she will fall down, be taken to the police station and to the hospital. She will die. And the children... Oh no, God, will not let it be, broke at last from Sonia, over her burdened body. Listened, looking imploringly at him, dumbly clasping her hands as if she were begging him for something, and though it all depended on him. Raskolnikov got up and began to walk around the room. A minute passed. Sonia was standing with her hands and her head hanging in terrible dejection. And can't you save, put something aside for a rainy day? He asked, stopping suddenly before her. No, whispered Sonia. Of course not. Have you tried? He added almost ironically. Yes. And it didn't come off. Of course not. No need to ask. And again he paced the room. Another minute passed. You don't get money every day? Sonia was more confused than ever, and color rushed into her face again. No, she whispered with a painful effort. It'll be the same with Polenka, no doubt, he said suddenly. No, no, it can't be, no! Sonia cried aloud in desperation, as though she had been stabbed. God would not allow anything so awful. He let the others come to it. No, no, God will protect her, God! She repeated beside herself. But perhaps there is no God at all, Raskolnikov answered with a sort of malignance, laughed, and looked at her. Sonia's face suddenly changed. A tremor passed over. She looked at him with unutterable reproach, tried to say something, but could not speak, and broke into a bitter, bitter sobs, hiding her face in her hands. You say Katerina Ivanovna's mind is unhinged. Your own mind's unhinged, he said after a brief silence. 5 minutes passed. He still paced up and down the room in silence, not looking at her. At last he went up to her. His eyes glittered. He put his 2 hands on her shoulders and looked straight into her tearful face. His eyes were hard, feverish, and piercing. His lips were twitching. All at once he bent down quickly and, drooping to the ground, kissed her foot. Sonia drew back from him as from a madman. He certainly looked like a madman. What are you doing to me? She muttered, turning pale. A sudden anguish clutched at her heart. He stood up at once. I did not bow down to you. I bowed down to all the suffering of humanity, he said wildly, and walked away to the window. Listen, he added, turning to her a minute later. I said just now to an insolent man that he was not worth your little finger, and that I did my sister an honor by making her sit with you. You said that to Den, and in her presence? Cried Sonia, frightened. Sit down with me, an honor? But I'm dishonorable. Why did you say that? It was not because of your dishonor, that of you, but because of your great sufferer. But you are a great sinner, that is true, he added almost sullenly. And your worst sin is that you have destroyed and betrayed yourself for nothing. Isn't that terrible? Isn't it terrible that you're living in this filth which you loathe so much, and at the same time you know yourself, you've only got to open your eyes, that you are not helping anyone by it, not saving anyone from anything? Tell me, he went on almost in a frenzy, how this shame and degradation can exist in you side by side with other opposite holy feelings. It would be better, 1,000 times better, and wiser to leap into the water and end it all. But what will become of Den? Sonia asked faintly, gazing at him with eyes of anguish, but not seeming surprised at the suggestion. Raskolnikov looked strangely at her. He read it all in her face, so she must have had that thought already, perhaps many times, and earnestly she had thought out in her despair how to end it, and so earnestly that now she had scarcely wondered at his suggestion. She had not even noticed the cruelty of his words, the significance of his reproaches, and his peculiar attitude to her shame she had, and of course not noticed either that too was clear to him. But he saw how monstrously the thought of her disgraceful, shameful position was torturing her, and had long tortured her. What, he thought, could have hindered her from putting an end to it? Only then he realized what those poor little orphan children and that pitiful half-crazed Katerina Ivanovna tubercular and knocking her against the wall meant for Sonia. But nevertheless, it was clear to him that with her character and the amount of education she had after all received, she could not in any case remain the way she was. Hello there, Hung Fu, how are you doing? It's not morning, but if it's morning for you, good morning to you too. We're reading Crime and Punishment right now. He was still confronted by the question of how could she have remained so long in that position without going out of her mind, since she could not bring herself to jump into the water. Of course, he knew that Sonia's position was an exceptional case, though unhappily not unique and not infrequent. In fact, but her exceptional nature, her tinge of education, her previous life might, one would have thought, have killed her at the first step on that revolting path. What held her up? Surely not depravity. All that infamy had obviously only touched her mechanically. Not one drop of real depravity had penetrated to her heart. He saw that. He saw through her as she stood before him. There are 3 ways before her, he thought. The canal, the madhouse, or at last to sink into depravity, which obscures the mind and turns the heart to stone. My exam performance was good thanks to your blesser. You are welcome. The bald head refracts the quantum rays from Brazil to help all who watches this stream. Finish it. But can it be true? He cried to himself. Can that creature, who had still preserved the purity of her spirit, be consciously drawn at last into that sink of filth and iniquity? Can the process have already begun? Can it be that she has only been able to bear it until now because vice has begun to be less loathsome to her? No, no, that cannot be, he cried, as Sonia had just before. No, what had kept her from the canal until now is the idea of sin, and they, the children, and if she has not gone out of her mind... But who says she has not gone out of her mind? Is she in her senses? Can people talk? Can people reason as she does? How can she sit on the edge of the abyss of loathsomeness into which she is slipping and refuse to listen when she is told about the dangers which face her? Does she expect a miracle? No doubt she does. Doesn't that all mean madness? He stopped obstinately at the thought. In fact, he liked that explanation better than any other. He began looking more intently at her. So you pray to God a great deal, Sonia? He asked her. Sonia did not speak. He stood beside her waiting for an answer. What would I be without God? She whispered rapidly, forcibly, glancing at him with suddenly flashing eyes and squeezing his hand. Ah, so that is it, he thought. And what does God do for you? He asked, probing her further. Sonia was silent a long while, as though she could not answer. Her weak chest kept heaving with emotion. Be silent, don't ask, you don't deserve, she cried suddenly, looking sternly and angrily at him. That's it, that is it, he repeated to himself. He does everything, she whispered quickly, looking down again. That's the way out, that's the explanation, he decided, scrutinizing her with eager curiosity, with a new, strange, almost morbid feeling. He gazed at the pale, thin, irregular, angular little face, those soft blue eyes which could flash with such fire, such stern energy, that little body still shaking with indignation and anger, and it all seemed to him more and more strange, almost impossible. He's a religious maniac, he repeated to himself. There was a book lying on the chest of drawers. He had noticed it every time he paced up and down the room. Now he took it up and looked at it. It was the New Testament in the Russian translation. It was bound in leather, old and worn. Where did you get that? He called to her across the room. She was still standing in the same place, 3 steps from the table. It was brought to me, she answered, as if unwillingly, not looking at him. Who brought it? Lizaveta. I asked her for it. Lizaveta? Strange, he thought. Everything about Sonia seemed to him stranger and more wonderful every moment. He carried the book to the candle and began to turn over the pages. Where is the story of Lazarus? He asked suddenly. Sonia looked obstinately at the ground and would not answer. She was standing sideways to the table. Where is the raising of Lazarus? Find it for me, Sonia. He stole a glance at him. You're not looking in the right place, and it's in the 4th Gospel, she whispered, sternly, without looking at him. Find it and read it to me, he said. He sat down with his elbow on the table, leaning his head on his hand, and looked away suddenly, prepared to listen. In 3 weeks' time, they'll welcome me to the madhouse. I shall be there if I am not in a worse place, he muttered to himself. Sonia heard Raskolnikov's request distrustfully, and moved hesitatingly to the table. She took the book, however. Haven't you read it? She asked, looking up at him across the table. Her voice became sterner and sterner. Long ago, when I was at school. Read it. And haven't you heard it in church? I haven't been. Do you often go? No, whispered Sonia. Raskolnikov smiled. I understand. And won't you go to your father's funeral tomorrow? Yes, I shall. I was at a church last week, too. I had requiem service. For whom? From whom? For Elizaveta. She was killed with an axe. His nerves were more and more strained. His head began to go round. Were you friends with Elizaveta? Yes, she was good. She used to come, not often, she couldn't. We used to read together and talk. She will see God. The last phrase sounded strange in his ears, and here was something new again. The mysterious meetings with Elizaveta, and both of them religious maniacs. I shall be a religious maniac myself soon. It's infectious. Read, he cried irritably and insistently. Sonia still hesitated. Her heart was throbbing. She hardly dared to read to him. He looked almost with exasperation at the unhappy lunatic. What for? You don't believe? She whispered softly, as it were breathlessly. Read, I want you to, he persisted. You used to read it to Elizaveta. Sonia opened the book and found the place. Her hands were shaking, her voice failed her. Twice she tried to begin and could not find out the first syllable. Now, a certain man was sick, named Lazarus of Bethany. She forced herself at last to read. But at the third word her voice broke like an overstrained string. There was a catch in her breath. Raskolnikov saw in part why Sonia could not bring herself to read to him, and the more he saw this, the more roughly and irritably he insisted on her doing it. He understood only too well how painful it was for her to betray and unveil all that was her own. He understood that these feelings really were her secret treasure, which she had kept perhaps for years, perhaps from childhood, which she lived with an unhappy father and a distracted stepmother crazed by grief in the midst of starving children, and unseemly abuse and reproaches. But at the same time, he knew now, and knew for certain that, although it filled her with dread and suffering, yet she had a tormenting desire to read and to read to him, that he might hear it, and to read now whatever might come of it. He read this in her eyes. He could see it in her intense emotion. She mastered herself, controlled the spasm in her throat, and went on reading the 11th chapter of St. John. She went on to the 19th verse. And many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother. Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him, but Mary sat still in the house. Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give it thee. Then she stopped again, with a shamefaced feeling that her voice would quiver and break again. Jesus said unto her, Thy brother shall rise again. Martha said unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believed in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? She said unto him. And drawing a painful breath, Sonia read distinctly and forcibly, as though she were making a public confession of faith. Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art the Christ, the Son of God, which would come into the world. She stopped and looked up quickly at him, but controlling herself, went on reading. Raskolnikov sat without moving, his elbows on the table, his eyes turned away. She read to the 32nd verse. Then, when Mary was come where Jesus was, and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping which came with her, he groaned in the spirit, and was troubled, and said, Where have ye laid him? They said unto him, Lord, come and see. Jesus wept. Then said the Jews, Behold how he loved him. And some of them said, Could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind have caused that even this man should not have died? Raskolnikov turned and looked at her with emotion. Yes, he had known it. She was trembling in a real physical fever. He had expected it. She was getting near the story of the greatest miracle, and a feeling of immense triumph came over her. Her voice rang out like a bell. Triumph and joy gave it power. The lines danced before her eyes, but she knew what she was reading by heart. And the last verse, Could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind? Dropping her voice, she passionately reproduced the doubt, the reproach, and censure of the blind, disbelieving Jews, who in another moment would fall at his feet as though struck by thunder, sobbing and believing. And he too is blinded and unbelieving. He too will hear. He too will believe. Yes, yes, at once now. Was what she was dreaming, and she was quivering with happy anticipation. Jesus therefore, again groaning himself, cometh to the grave. It was a cave, and stone lay upon it. Jesus said, Take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, said unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, for he had been dead 4 days. She laid emphasis on the word 4. Jesus said unto her, Said I not unto thee that if thou wouldst believe, thou shouldst see the glory of God? Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I know that thou hearest me always, but because of the people which stand by, I said that they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth. She read loudly, cold and trembling with ecstasy, as though she were seeing it before her eyes. Bound hand and foot with grave cloth, clothes, and his face was bound about with a napkin. Jesus said unto them, Loose him and let him go. Then many of the Jews which came to Mary and had seen things which Jesus did believe in him. She could read no more, closed the book, and got up from the chair quickly. That is all about the raising of Lazarus, she whispered severely and abruptly, and turning away she stood motionless, not daring to raise her eyes to him. She still trembled feverishly. The candle end was flickering out in the battered candlestick, dimly lighting up in the poverty-stricken room the murderer and the harlot who had so strangely been reading together the eternal book. 5 minutes or more passed. I came to speak of something, Raskolnikov said aloud, frowning. He got up and went to Sonia. She lifted her eyes to him in silence. His face was particularly stern, and there was a sort of savage determination in it. I have abandoned my family today, he said, my mother and sister. I am not going to see them. I have broken up with them completely. What for? Asked Sonia, amazed. Her recent meeting with his mother and sister had left a great impression, which she could not analyze. She heard his news almost with horror. I have only you now, he added. Let us go together. I've come to you. We're both accursed. Let us go our way together. His eyes glittered, as though he were mad, Sonia thought in her turn. Go where? She asked in alarm, and she involuntarily stepped back. How do I know? I only know it's the same road. I know that and nothing more. It's the same goal. She looked at him and understood nothing. She knew only that he was terribly, infinitely unhappy. No one of them will understand, if you tell them, but I have understood. I need you. That is why I have come to you. I don't understand, whispered Sonia. You understand, lady. Haven't you done the same? You, too, have overstepped your boundaries, have had the strength to overstep them. You have laid hands on yourself and have destroyed a life, your own. It's all the same. You might have lived in spirit and understanding, but you end up in the Haymarket, but won't be able to stand it. And if you remain alone, you go out of your mind like me. You're like a mad creature already. So we must go together on the same road. Let us go. What for? What's all this for? Said Sonia, strangely and violently agitated by his word. What for? Because you can't remain like this, that's why. You must look things straight in the face at last and not weep like a child and cry that God won't allow it. What will happen if you really are taken to the hospital tomorrow? She is mad and tubercular. You'll die soon. And the children? Do you mean to tell me Polenka won't come to grief? Haven't you seen children here at the street corner sent out by their mothers to beg? I found out where those mothers live and what surroundings they live in. Children can't remain children there. At 7, the child is vicious and a thief. Yet children, you know, are the image of Christ. Theirs is the kingdom of heaven. He bade us honor and love them. They are humanity of the future. What's to be done? What's to be done? Repeated Sonia, weeping hysterically and wringing her hand. What's to be done? Break what must be broken once and for all. That's all. And take the suffering on yourself. What? You don't understand? You understand later. Freedom and power, and above all power, over all trembling creation, the whole ant heap. That's the goal. Remember that. That's my farewell message. Perhaps the last time I shall speak to you. If I don't come tomorrow, you hear of it all, and then remember these words. And some day later on, in years to come, you understand, perhaps what they meant. If I come tomorrow, I'll tell you who killed Lizaveta. Goodbye. Sonia started with terror. Why do you know who killed her? She asked, chilled with horror, looking wildly at him. I know, and I will tell you, and only you. I have chosen you, not coming to you to ask for forgiveness, but simply to tell you. I chose you long ago to hear this. When your father talked about you and Elizabeth was alive, thought of it. Goodbye. Don't shake hands. Till tomorrow. He went out. Sonia gazed at him as she would have at a madman, but she herself felt as if she were insane and knew it. Her head was whirling. My goodness, how does he know who killed Lizaveta? What did those words mean? Awful. But at the same time, the idea did not enter her head, not for a moment. Oh, he must be terribly unhappy. He was abandoned by his mother and sister. What for? What has happened? And what did he have in mind? What did he say to her? He had kicked her foot and said yes, he had said it clearly that he could not live without her. Oh, merciful heavens. Sonia spent the whole night feverish and delirious. She jumped up from time to time, wept and wrung her hand, then sank again to feverish sleep, and dreamt of Polenka, Katerina Ivanovna and Lizaveta, of reading the gospel and him. Him with a pale face with burning eyes, kissing her feet, weeping. On the other side of the door, on the right, which divided Sonia's room from Madame Reslich's apartment, was a room which long stood empty. A card was fixed on the gate, notice stuck on the windows, over the canal advertising it to let. Sonia had long been accustomed to the room being inhabited, but all the time Mr. Svidrigailov had been standing, listening at the door of the empty room. When Raskolnikov went out, he stood still, thought a moment, went on tiptoe to his own room, which adjoined the empty one, brought a chair and noiselessly carried it to the door that led to Sonia's room. The conversation had struck him as interesting and remarkable, and he had greatly enjoyed it. So much that he brought a chair that he might not in the future, tomorrow, for instance, have to endure the inconvenience of standing a whole hour, but would be able to listen in comfort. Holy fucking shit! So, Raskolnikov is again losing his marbles. As usual, he's not a very, stable human being, as we can tell by this lovely, lovely face of this giant Russian woman. Once again, this is the reason why I want her to have another cover. This is the story of Rhodia, yes? If you want to catch the rest of the story and the reading, at the end of every stream that has the... You can check in the description or the thumbnail, it says which book I'm reading. You can catch the ending of the stream, which has me reading a chapter of the book. Every stream has a chapter. And you can tell that he's not the most stable. He is currently losing his marbles. He wants to confess. He's probably going to confess that he did kill the moneylender. And, well, Svidrigailov, which was the name of the guy I was trying to remember, listen to the whole conversation. Oh boy. In any case, that is it for today, my friends. Thank you all so much for being here on the stream today. If you enjoyed the stream, please recommend it to your friends. But if you didn't, please recommend it to your enemies. Once again, thank you so much. If you really want to give some support here to the channel, please remember to leave a like, a comment, a subscribe, a follow on Twitch, a follow on Twitter, all that good stuff. Thank you so much, and until tomorrow, sweet kisses and goodbye.